the paper from 2023. So we will be starting with the quant and reasoning section, and then we'll move to the reading comprehension. Nowadays, this question is very common. When it came in 2023, it was a unique question because student didn't know how to proceed. Again, a PNC question. And when you read these statements, you may find that both are almost similar, but there is very slight difference, and it is a very interesting question actually. यार PNC अगर आता है तो बहुत easy है, नहीं आता है तो बहुत difficulty है. Extreme tone जब तक passage की नहीं होगी, we can't select the extreme options. Beyond the scope of the passage means that this topic is not talked about in the passage. Hello everyone, welcome to PW OnlyIAS. I hope all of you are doing great, right? So today we will be discussing the paper from 2023, one of the toughest paper up to this point. And the paper was tough because people were not expecting it to be tougher, right? After that, in 2025 also there were questions which were on the difficult side. So now people are starting to expect difficult questions also. Before 2023, usually people didn't practice for CSAT and directly they tried to solve the question in the exams. Now people have started taking seriously. So should you, and try to grasp as much as possible from these lectures. Also, one more announcement. So for the next 1 month, I will be in Bangalore, our center in Chandra layout, right? So if you want to meet me or you want to get guidance regarding CSAT, you can always come here at the center and meet me, right? So today we will be starting with the paper from 2023. Same as always, we will start with the easy question, right? Or today we can do a different strategy. Suppose we want to solve all the reasoning and one question first, and then we'll move to the hamara reading comprehension part. Okay, so let's start, right? The paper from 2023. So we will be starting with the quant and reasoning section, and then we'll move to the reading comprehension. Chalo, let's start. So let's do the first question. The first question is here, right? The first question is Raj has 10 pair of red, 9 pair of white and 8 pair of black shoes in a box. If he randomly picks shoes one by one without replacement from the box to get a red pair of shoes to wear, what is the maximum number of attempts he has to make? So he wants to get the red pair of shoes to wear, right? He wants the red pair of shoes to wear. So first of all, he has 10 pairs of red, 9 pairs of white, 8 pairs of black shoes. Okay, if he randomly picks shoes one by one without from the box to get red pair, right? So in such cases you need to maximize the attempt, right? You need to think of the worst situation is, let him first pick. Suppose first of all he picks all the white shoes, right? How many shoes are there? 9 pairs, so 18 shoes. Then he picks all the black shoes, which are 16. His kismat was so bad. Now he will take all the red, suppose left shoes, right? 10. Now last one, right red shoe. Now he gets a complete pair of one red pair shoe. If you add these 30, 44 and 45, so basically in the worst of scenario, जब उसकी किस्मत पूरी खराब होगी, in the worst of scenario, he will get 40. He need to take 45 attempts to get to the right amount, so to get a red pair of shoes, right? So here he need to take 45. Okay, so the answer for question 4 is 45. Now let's move to question number 5. Okay, in how many ways can a batsman score exactly 25 runs by scoring singles, fours and sixes only? So first of all, there are three possibilities. Okay, he can score runs in singles, he can score runs in fours, he can score runs in six. We will solve the question from the perspective of the highest denomination. Suppose we will first fix the number of 6. So let's start with the first case. In 25, maximum number of sixes can be 4, then sixes can be 3, right? Then sixes can be 2, then sixes can be 1, and the last case, sixes can be 0. When in the case of 4 sixes, right? When the case is of 4 sixes, that means 24 runs are already from the sixes. Now 1 run is left, right? For rest of the numbers, let the let the fours be x and singles, and the singles be y, right? So the remaining run 4x plus y, here it will be 1, here 4x plus y, right? 18 runs from the sixes. Now here it will be 7, here 4x plus y equals to 13, 4x plus y equals to 19, and here 4x plus y equals to 25. Now in all these, we need to find what are the possible value of x and y. What are the possible value of x and y? Or just by knowing the number of fours, we can find the total possibility. Suppose here number of fours can be only 0. Here the number of fours can be 0 and 1, right? 1, 4 and 3 singles, or 0, 4 and 7 singles. Here number of fours can be 0, 1, 2 and 3. Up to 12 we can go. Here fours can be 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 fours are 16 is the maximum possible runs from 4. X equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 fours are there. So these are the total possible cases: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Basically, in how many ways he can score these 25? In 19 ways. In 19 ways. 0, 1. So basically see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. So there are 19 ways in which he can score these 25 runs. Now this is a specific type of questions from permutation and combination. If you know how to solve this, you can always proceed. Similarly here also, the first question we solved, question number 4, this is also PNC based, where if you know how to approach these questions, you will always solve them correctly. Now let's move to question number 6. I hope all of you can see the question number 6. So here the first thing he's saying is there are 4 letters and 4 envelopes, and exactly 1 letter is to be put in exactly 1 envelope with the correct address. If the letter A are randomly inserted into the envelopes, then consider the following statements. First statement. What is the first statement? It is possible that exactly 1 letter goes into the incorrect envelope. Suppose 1 letter goes in the incorrect envelope, right? Now the original envelope where this letter was supposed to go is also empty, and now by force we have to enter another incorrect envelope, right? So this is not possible. At least you have to place 2 letters in 2 incorrect envelopes. That is the minimum possibility here, right? So first one is gone. Then this is wrong. Let's analyze the second statement. Now if you know PNC, there are only 6 ways in which only 2 letters can go in the correct envelope. So basically out of 4 we just have to select 2 envelopes in which we will put the correct letters. In rest of the 2 you can replace the correct letters and put as incorrect, right? So basically we need to select 2 out of 4, 2 correct envelopes out of 4, which is nothing but 4c2. Now 4c2 is nothing but 4 factorial upon 2 factorial into 2 factorial. This amounts to 6, and this is also showing that there are 6 such ways, right? So this is correct. 2 only, right? The answer of question 6 is option B, right? So basically these are simple questions of PNC if you know how to do the counting methods, right? If you know the tools of counting in permutation and combination, you can solve all these questions, right? So we have already solved the first 3 questions. Let's move and try to solve more questions from Quant, right? Suppose this is the question given to you. Question number 7. What is the remainder when this whole is multiplied by 100? Now this is one of the easiest question. Why? So you must know that whenever the remainder, one of the option is 0, one of the option is 0 in the options, right? Always check if you can completely divide this number by 100, right? In 96 you can find a 4, in 95 you can find a 5. So basically this is 5 into 19. Similarly this is 4 into something, right? And here in 85 again you have a 5. So in this complete multiple, this is nothing but some hundreds, right? In this multiple you will find that at least this multiple 5 into 5 into 4 is nothing but 100, right? And we need to divide by 100 only, right? So this number, this multiplication is completely divisible by 100. So the answer for this question will be option A. Remainder will be 0, right? Because the number is completely divisible by 100. Next, move to the 8th question, right? Here, what is the unit digit of the expansion? So here in this question 8, we need to first change this question to, right? We only have to focus on the unit digit. So this is nothing but 2 to the power 9 into 7 into 5 into 3 into 1. Now cyclicity of 2 is 4, right? That means 2 to the power 1, the unit digit is 2. 2 to the power 2, sorry. 2 to the power 1, the unit digit is 2. 2 to the power 2, the unit digit is 4. 2 to the power 3, the unit digit is 8, and 2 to the power 4 is unit digit is 6, and now the unit digits will repeat. So basically what we need is, we need to find the remainder when this power is divided by 4. Power divided by 4, find remainder, right? So let's do it here, right? Whenever you will divide the 9, number 9 with 4, the remainder will be 1. Whenever you divide 7, this is 3, then 1, then 3 into 1. Now this becomes 2 to the power 9. Now again you can divide 9 by 4 and find the remainder. This now becomes 2 to the power 1. And what is the unit digit of 2 to the power 1? 2 only. So the answer to this question is option A, 8 ka option A, right, which is 2. So you can directly solve this question, right? Next, let's solve question number 9. I hope all of you can see the question number 9. So in this question, they have given you two 3-digit number. They have told you that A, B, C plus D, E, F gives to the sum as 1, 1, 1, 1, right? All the digits are non-zero distinct digit. All are different non-zero digits such that this is given. Now, if C and F are not 0, the sum has to be 1. None of them is 0. That means it has to be something like this. C and F has to be 11. All these are digits. The largest possible digits are 8 and 9. The sum of 8 and 9 is 17. You can't get more than that. You can't get to 21. You can only get to 11, right? So whenever C plus F is 11, the carry is 1, right? Next, 1 plus B plus E is equals to 11. Again, one carryover, 1 plus A plus D equals to 11. What we need to find is A plus B plus C plus D. So basically what you can do is add all these. So 2 plus A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F equals to 33. Here you can get A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F equals to 31. So the answer to this question is 31. All the digits, A, B, C, D, E, F, the sum will be 31. This is also very easy question where you only have to know how we do addition. Okay, right? So here we got to option D in question 9. Now let's try question number 10. I hope all of you can see the question number 10. D is a 3-digit number such that the ratio of the number of the sum of its digit is least. What is the difference between the digits at the 100 place and the digits at the unit place of D? So D is a 3-digit number such that the ratio of the number to the sum of the digit is least. What is the least possible 3-digit number? 100. Okay, right? 100. The sum of the digit is 1. Right, so the ratio is 100. What is the difference is least? We want the least ratio. Now as you go ahead, this is next is 101, this becomes 2, the ratio decreases. Similarly you will go up to 199, right, and you need to divide by 19. Right? Similarly here again 200 by 2, this is again 100. If you divide this 299 upon, this is nothing but, you will get 20. Okay, this will be something near to 15, 300 by 20. Okay, this will be something near to 10, right? Suppose next we take 300 by 2, 300 by 3, 100 again, 399, 9 plus 9, 18 plus 3, 21. So this is somewhere 400 by 20, I can say somewhere around 20. 900 upon 9 is 100, and then 999 by 27. This is something about 30 and so on, right? So the least value will be for this. The number is 199. What is the difference between the 100 place and the digit at the units place? It is nothing but 9 minus 1, which is 8. Answer to this question is 8. In such question, you will have to apply some of your mind, right? You need to think how the numbers are moving, how the denominator will move, how the ratio will change, right? You can't directly get to the answer. You have to think and apply your mind, right? So here we have solved question number 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now let's try to move. Let's find some more question, right? Here I have question number 14. Here I have question number 14. There are 5 positive integers P, Q, R, S, T and 3 are even. 3 of the numbers are even and 2 are odd, right? I can take any 3 as even and 2 odd and check, right? So I am checking the first part. Let me use first 3 as even, even plus even plus even minus odd, right? So this is even plus even plus even, right? Minus common, odd plus odd. Suppose 3 plus 3 is even, right? So this is even. Right? Now even plus even is even, even minus even is even, right? And even plus even at the end will be even, right? So this is definitely even. This is definitely even. Sorry for that. This is definitely even, right? So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2, again you can take any 3 numbers as even and any 3 numbers as odd. They are showing these are odd. Suppose I take this as even, this as even, right? And rest of the numbers are multiplied by 2. That means these will become even, even and even. All the interaction here are even numbers, right? So this can be even also. Even is possible. Even is possible. So this is incorrect. Only one only is the answer for this. Right here, you need to see that for question 14, only one is the answer. Right? Chalo, let's move to question number 15. Question 15 is saying can be even, can be even, can be odd, and so on. Right? So in such cases, you just have to find some case where this is true. So can be even. Let me see. Suppose I take prime number as 11 and composite number as 9. 11 minus 9. This is 20 by 2. 10. Even possibility hai? Yes. Now this can be odd. Basically first number will be even. 2 into P. Second is second composite has to be odd. So this, let me take the example of 2 into 2 plus 9, right? So 4, this is 13. This can be odd, correct? P into C can be odd. So basically I will take the prime number as 3 and composite number as 9. The product is 27. This is again odd. So all these are possible. Whenever the question is saying can be, in those cases you just have to find the possibility of it happening once. I can give you these 3 examples and tell you that this will happen. Okay. Chalo, let's try to find the next question, solve next question. So this is a very good question, right? A 3-digit number ABC on multiplication with D, A, B and C with multiplication with D will give the number 37DD, right? Okay. Now how to solve this, right? How to go about solving this? So first of all, we can do this thing. ABC is nothing but 37DD upon D. That means 37DD is completely divisible by D. Okay. So here this number is nothing but 3700, right? Plus a 2-digit number dt upon D. Now this is always divisible by D, so we don't have to focus on that. Now 3700 is nothing but 37 into 100, and this number should be divisible by D. 37 is a prime number, so basically D should be one digit, which D should be one digit which divides 100. So one digit that can divide 100 is 1, then 2, 3 can't divide it, 4 is another digit, then 5 can be the digit, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the 4 digits possible, right? Now if you take D equals to 1, then ABC is nothing but 3711, which is not possible. A 3-digit number cannot be a 4-digit number. D equals to 2, ABC is 3722 by 2. Again, this is not possible. It will give you a 4-digit number. Now D equals to 4, ABC is 3744 upon 4. Let's check what is this. Now 9 4s are 36, right? Then 3s are 12, then 6, 936. Here A, B, C are 936, D equals to 4. All the digits are different. What is the sum of A plus B plus C? 9 plus 3 plus 6. This is 18. So sum of these numbers A, B, C is 18. Right? Here we can get that the sum of these numbers is 18. So this is done, right? So let's try to solve the next question, which is question 17. Now nowadays this question is very common. When it came in 2023, it was a unique question because student didn't know how to proceed to solve this question, right? So there is a specific method. All the numbers, basically all the numbers 111, 111, let me write it again, 111, 111, all number repeating 6 times are nothing but 111 into 1001, right? This is 3 into 37, right? And 1001 is nothing but 7 into 11 into 13. That means this 111 is having 2 factors and this is having these 3 factors. In total the number 11111 is having 6 factors. Okay, so these are its 6 factors. Now the number here given to you as xyz, it can be written as xyz 000 thousands plus xyz. Now this is nothing but, the first number is nothing but xyz into 1000, second number is xyz into 1. So this number can be written as xyz into 1000 plus 1, right? This is nothing but xyz into 1001, right? Now this is nothing but xyz 1001 can be written as, you can see at the top, 7 into 11 into 13. That means this number xyz is divisible by 7, 11 and 13, right? So the answer to this question is option D, where this number xyz is divisible by 7, 11 and 13. From now onwards, you can remember this, right? From now onwards, you can remember this. All the numbers of the form xyz are divisible by 7, 11 and 13. All the numbers of the form AAA, where A can be any common digit, is divisible by 3, 37, 7, 11 and 13. Okay, 7, 11 and 13, right? So you should remember this, because nowadays in number system they are giving directly questions from here, right? Okay, now next question is from cubes and dice, which are mostly based on formulas, right? So 125 identical cubes are arranged in form of a cubical block. How many cubes are surrounded by other cubes from each side? So basically, first of all, 125 is nothing but 5 ka cube. That means this is n cube. Now n is cubes on one edge, cubes on one edge, right? Cubes on one edge. The internal cube formula is nothing but n minus 2 whole cube, right? These are the cubes which are internal, we can't see them, and these are covered from all the sides, right? So here n equals to 5, we just have to put n equals to 5 and we will get the answer. So this is nothing but 3 to the power 3, which will give you 27. The answer is option A, 27. Let's move and solve question number 19, right? Question number 19. How many digits, 8 numbers, can be found by rearranging the digits of the number 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, such that odd digits are 1, 1, 3, 3, occupy 4 odd places, and 2, 2, 4, 4 occupy 4 even places. There are even and odd places, right? The first position even, second is first is odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. What we need to do, suppose first, third, fifth and seventh position in the number from left to right are, suppose, odd positions, right? So there we need to fill 1, 1, 3, 3. Now how to arrange 4 things and 4 places? 4 thing at 4 places is nothing but 4 factorial. 4 things at 4 places is 4 factorial. But if there are common things, we need to divide by that many factorials. So here we need to divide by 2 factorial and 2 factorial. Similarly, here also we will have to do 4 factorial upon 2 factorial into 2 factorial, right? And these two things are connected by and. Whenever they are connected by and, that means we need to multiply. So first let's calculate what is 4 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. This is 6 and this is 6. So total cases. Now these are tools, right? Whenever you are solving PNC, you will know and means into and or means plus. Similarly, how to arrange 4 things at 4 places, that is 4 factorial. How to arrange 4 things at 4 places where 2 and 2 things are same, that can be arranged by 4 factorial upon 2 factorial upon 2 factorial, right? So here total cases will be nothing but 6 into 6, right? So the answer will be 36. The answer to this question is option C, which is 36. Okay, so this is how we can solve this. Okay, now let's move to work question, that is ABC work independently and can do the work in this. So always, suppose if you don't know how to solve this question, today I am telling you the LCM method. Make a table. First of all, write A, B and C. A, B and C. Always write A, B, C. Here we will write units per day. Here we will write number of days they take to complete the complete work. And here we'll write total work. Okay. Now let's see the magic. Number of days A takes to complete the work completely is 8. This is 16 and this is 12. Now how to get the total work? Work will be LCM of all these numbers. LCM of all these numbers. समझ में आया? So basically, if we take the LCM of 8, which is 2 cube, so 2 cube 16 2 की power 4, right? ठीक है, और यहाँ पे you can get 12, which is 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 1, right? So 6 में 48, right? Let's take the 48. This is 48 units, 48 units and 48 units. Total work will be same for all. If these are 48 units, this means 6 units per day. This means 3 units per day, and now last में 4 units per day, right? Now what is the pattern they are following to apply the work? How are they working? Right? So let's see how are they working. Okay, here the work will be finished on Thursday. They are working as A alone works on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So A works on Monday, B alone works on Tuesday, C alone works on Wednesday, A alone works on Thursday. So C, then A, then B, then C, then A, then B and C. So right now we need to get to the total work. Now the total work is 48 units. So this is 6 units, then 3 units, then 4 units. In 3 days they are completing 13 units. Again 6 3 4, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, A B C, 6 3 4 up to this point, 13 and 13, total 39 units, right? 39 units. You need to get to 9 more units, right? You need to get to 9 more units. So Tuesday I am writing it here, Wednesday and Thursday again we will do 6 and 3. This is 9, this is 9, sorry, 13, 13, 13. Now we have got total 48 units. So the work is getting finished on Thursday, the work will be finished on Thursday. Okay, the work will be finished in 10 days. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So this is incorrect. Only one is correct. Only one is correct here, right? Okay, so the answer to this question is option A. I hope you are getting all the questions we are discussing. You are also understanding how to solve these types of questions. Okay, now let's move to the next part. Right here there are some questions, let's try to solve them. Right, so let's start with question number 24. I hope all of you can see the question number 24. So basically here they have given you a symbol, right? So you need to replace this symbol with anything. What you can do is you can replace this symbol with positive, negative, into, divide, all these numbers, right? So let's try first of all to divide this number, add this number and somehow connect it with the code given to you. So whenever you add, suppose this is 7, right? 7 plus 9 plus 10. What is this number? This is 26. Now this is coded as 8. Now next is 9 plus 11 plus 30. This is 50. Now 50 is coded as 5. Right? You can see this is 2 plus 6. This is 5 plus 0. 5 plus 0. That means they are using this coding method where first they are taking the sum and then they are taking the sum of the digits to answer. So last maybe we need to find 23 plus 4 plus 15. What is the sum of this? 30, 38, 42. Now 42 ke liye the code will be 4 plus 2, which is 6. The answer is option A, 6. 24 ka the option is A, 6. Let's try to solve the question number 25. Let x be a positive integer such that 7x plus 96 is divisible by x. That means 7x plus 96 is divisible by x. Now here 7x by x is always divisible by x, right? We have to check how many such possible numbers are there, how many possible values of x are there which can divide 96. So basically we need to find all the factors of 96. we need to find all the factors of 96. Here, how to find the factors of 96? How to find the factors of 96? So first, let me tell you how to find the factors. 96, 2 times, this is 48, 2 times 24, 2 times 12, 2 times 6, 6, 2 times 3, and 3 times 1. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 96 is nothing but 2 to the power 5 into 3 to the power 1. Now number of factors, if you see, number of factors are nothing but, what you need to do is add the powers of these prime factors to 1 and multiply. So here the first power is 5, so this will become, first power is 5, so this will become 5 plus 1. Second power is 1, so it will become 1 plus 1. So this is 6 into 2. Total number of factors of 96 are 12. There will be 12 possible value of x for which this will happen, that 7x plus 96 is completely divisible by x. You need to identify first what the problem is asking you. Here, whenever they are saying 7x plus 96 is divisible by x, 7x is always divisible. Now, what are the numbers which can divide a given number? The definition, right? Definition of factor. Factor are all those numbers which can divide a given number completely. So here we need to find all the factors of 96 and we will get to the answer. Okay. Let's go to the next question here. So 24, 25 done. Let's see what is question number 26. Now question number 26 is P, Q, R as distinct digits, positive numbers. Then what is the greatest value? What is the greatest value of P plus Q into R plus S? So let's first, for greatest value, let's first discuss what are the highest 4 digits. 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay. Now we need to select P, Q, R as such that this should be maximum. Now I am telling you, whenever you take squares of something, right? Squares of something, it will be maximum. Suppose, for example, first you didn't know, you multiplied 6 plus 7, 13 with, right, this 17. Okay, you can find the value of this number, 13 into 17. You will find this is lesser than the next value which are going to find, 15 into, this is nothing but 170 plus 51. 221. Another combination, 14 into 15, 14 into 16, also possible. You will again find it to be less. You will get the maximum value always when you are multiplying almost the same quantities. Here the maximum value of this is 225 possibly, because you can combine 6 with 9 and 7 with 8 and you will find that the maximum value here is 225. From now onwards, whenever such questions are there where you can select the digits to find the maximum value of some multiplication, anywhere, suppose the length plus breadth is given to you. Length plus breadth is given to you, suppose as 40. And it is saying what is the limiting case of the maximum area of the rectangle, right? So you can start with taking length as 39 and breadth as 1. Area is 39 into 1, 39. Now next 38 into 2, 37 and 3. So you will see area is increasing and increasing. It will increase up to a point when length equals to breadth, right? 20 into 20, where the area is 400. So we started with the minimum area which was 39 and we went up to the maximum area which is 400. So you can see another application of this point which I am discussing, where whenever you are multiplying the same amount of value twice, right? So you will get the maximum number. So 26 is done. The answer is 225. A number n is formed by writing 9 for 99 times. What is the remainder when n is divisible by 13? In one of the questions just now I told you, any number of the form this 6 digits is divisible by 3, 37, 7, 11 and 13. I told you this, Hana? So this number 6 times is divisible by 13, right? Now how many 9s are there? Suppose a number is, let me guess, a number is, suppose not 99 times, I am writing just the number 7 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? Now this 7 number can be written as 999,999,0 plus 9, है ना? Now if you are dividing this number by 13, this complete number, when how many zeros are there doesn't matter. If you get 6 digits together, you can divide that number by 13, right? This is divisible by 13 into 10, so you can completely divide this number. The remainder is this, the left part. Similarly, in 99 nines, you are writing 999 90 times. So what you can do is you can remove all the 6 ka group. 99, this 99 times can be written as the groups of 6. Let me divide it completely, right? So this can be 16 plus 3. So in the end, we will be left with 999. All other nines are divisible by 13. 96 nines, last में 3 zeros are divisible by 13 by the same logic I have explained to you here. So in the end, you need to find the remainder. You need to find the remainder when this is divided by 13. This is divided by 13. Now how to find the remainder of this? So देखो, I am telling you a easy method. First divide 99 by 13. 99 by 13. Now what is the number? 13 into 7 is 91. What is the remainder? 8. So now this question changes to 89 का remainder when 13 से divide किया, right? Okay, so you will find this number is nothing but 11. 13 6 right, है ना? कितना हो जाएगा? 78, right? So the remainder will be 11. The answer to this question is A. Again, the same logic is used here, right? All the numbers of the form AAA are divisible by 3, 37, 7, 11 and 13. I am repeating again and again. This is very important concept which you should know, because nowadays there are many questions from number system. Most of those you need to find what are the factors by which this given number is divisible and all those things. So this is very important for you to remember. Now let's find each digit of 9-digit number is 1. It is multiplied by itself. What is the sum of the resulting number? Now this was a special question, right? This was a special question which can be solved only by, there are multiple ways, but this can be visualized by one of the form. So suppose you are multiplying 1 with 1, which is 1. Now you are multiplying 11 with 11, which is 121. Now you are multiplying 111 into 111, right? This is 1 2 3, this is 1 2 3 2 1. This is 1 square. The sum of the digits 4, 2 square, right? The sum is 3 square, right? This is 9. Sum of the digit is 3 square. So similarly, what will be the sum of the digits of the resulting number? So here we will have 9 ones into 9 ones. So the sum of the digits will be 9 ka square, which is 81. Answer to this question is option C, 81. Okay, because you can see a pattern. 1 into 1 is 1, which is 1 ka square. 11 into 11 is 121, which is the sum of the digit is 4, which is 2 ka square, and so on. So similarly, when you are multiplying 9 ones into 9 ones, you will get the product as this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1, right? And if you add all these, you will get to 81 only. You can do that, right? Okay, your pattern remains same. Next, 4 ones into 4 ones will be 1 2 3 4 3 2 1, and so on. Okay, so this is done. Right, now let's go to question number 29. What is the sum of the digits which appear in all the integers from 10 to? Okay. Now let me tell you some logic, right? Suppose we are writing 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, okay, and 19. Now we need to find all the sum of the digits which appear here, right? Integers, all digits which appear, right? So we need to sum 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus so. If I take all the ones together, right? So ones are into 10 plus this 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. For the 20s, you will get 2 into 10 plus this same thing and so on, right? This will happen up to 9, right? So in the end, we will get 10 into 1 plus 2 plus up to 9 from this. And here also we will get 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 9. 9 times into this value, 1 plus 2 plus up to 9. If we add this, this is 19 into 1 plus 2 plus up to 9. Okay. Don't forget this 1. What is this 1? This 1 is for 100. This 1 is for 100. Don't forget the, sorry, 100, right? So we have calculated 10 up to 99 here. So this is nothing but 99. This whole is 45 plus 1. 19 into 45 plus 1. So this is nothing but I can write this as 20 into 45 minus 45 plus 1. If I multiply this, this is 900 minus 44. So this is 856. 856. The answer to this question is 856, option B. Okay, got it? Easy enough, right? Only you have to analyze how the digits are moving, how you can find the sum. How to get the sum of 1 to 9? You can directly add also, right? You will get the 45 as the sum. Question number 30. Here I am solving. Okay. So this is a square. This is a square. 1 point each on AB. AB, C and D. 1 point on, suppose I am taking some color. Let me use this. This is point on AB. This point on DC. And 2 points on BC and AD. Now you can see none of the 3 points are collinear. Collinear means none of the 3 points are in line. So if we select any 3 points, we can find we'll find a triangle. We won't find a line. Any 3 points will give you a triangle. So basically we have 6 points. To make a triangle, we need 3. Select. So basically this is a question of selection of 3 points out of 6. Selection of 3 points out of 6, which is nothing but 6C3. 6C3 is equals to 6 factorial upon 3 factorial into 3 factorial. This is 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. Upon 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1 into 3 factorial. Here 3 factorial cancelled. 6 is gone with this. So basically there are 20 triangles possible. 20 triangles are possible. 20 triangles are possible here. Okay. So the answer to question number 30 is 20. Done with it. I guess you are understanding everything, right? I am going very slowly, one question at a time. And we are solving these paper with an understanding that you have already learned what you have to do in CSAT, and now you are trying to solve the PYQs, right? So I am not going from the basics because it is not possible, right? So we will have to make this video in 3 or 4 hours at max. So in 4 hours, it is not possible to discuss everything because the paper covers lots of topics. So what we can do is understand the solution, how to get to the solution if you know the basics, right? That is what we are trying to do. Next, let's see where can we find questions from quant and reasoning. Here are some questions from quant and reasoning. Okay, so let's try to solve these. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. Let's solve question number 36. Again a PNC question. And when you read these statements, you may find that both are almost similar, but there is very slight difference, and it is a very interesting question actually. So a box contains 14 black balls, 20 blue balls, okay, 26 green balls, 28 yellow balls, and 38 red balls, and 54 white balls. Consider the following statement. The smallest number n such that any n number balls drawn from the box randomly must contain one full group. We need one full group. So basically, to solve such questions, you need to think that your kismat is very bad. What is your kismat? Very, very bad. Very bad kismat, and then you will solve this question. So suppose first, you are saying your kismat is very bad, right? Your kismat is very bad. So basically, whenever you are going to pick something, you will come very close. Suppose for the black balls, you pick 13. As you were going to pick the 14 ball, your kismat was bad. Now you started picking the blue balls, right? Again, you took 19 blue balls, one less than the full group. Again, your kismat was bad. You, after, as soon as you were going to pick the 20th ball, kismat kharab. Again, you need to take the green balls. So how many green balls are there? 26. You will go up to 25. Then you will go up to 27. Then you will go up to 37. Then you will go up to 53. Okay. Now you have selected these number of balls. As soon as you select the next ball, any one of the group is going to complete. Now you are sure that by picking these many balls, the last ball, which is +1, now you will be sure that by picking these many balls, you will have at least one group. You need to approach these questions with a logic that kismat kharab hai, your luck is very bad, you are going to get stuck in the worst of the situation, right? As soon as you are going to pick the complete group, your kismat changes bad and you again start picking some other color. So you will find this is nothing but 175. This is correct. The smallest number n such that any n number of balls from the book randomly must contain one full group at least of one color is 175. I hope it is clear to you. Next, second statement. The smallest number m such that any m number balls from randomly must contain at least one ball of each color. One ball of each color. So again the kismat is bad. सबसे पहले we will start with all the 54 balls of white color, the highest number. Up to this point you only have white balls, then 38 complete red balls. Only now two colors are there. Then 28, then 26, then 20. All this is your bad kismat. Up to this point you have picked so many balls and you don't have the balls of all the colors. Next, when you pick your first ball from black, you will get all your colors. Now this is nothing but 167. This is also correct. These are two different types of questions. In the first, you need to find the condition when you get a complete group. In the second case, the case is when you get all the different colors, right? So this is the case. I hope you get all these. These are very good questions, right? These are very good questions, and that's why 2023 paper is considered very good, because if you haven't tried these questions and you don't know how to approach these questions, you won't be able to solve them. Especially in exam pressure, when the time is limiting, you will try to solve, you won't get to the answer, you will get frustrated, you will do the same mistakes again in the silly mistakes in the next question, right? So that's why you need to be prepared. Okay, I'm not saying read from a specific source or something, but you should be prepared for CSAT, because if you don't, then you are not valuing yourself, right? You are not valuing your own hard work in GS. Let's try to solve the question number 37. This is coding decoding, right? So 0 is coded as CHUR. Okay, so what is this? ABC, this is +3, EFGH +3, PQRSTU +3 again, OMNOPQR +3 again. So this is the coding pattern. So similarly you will have to do this layer, and you will have to do +3 and +3 +3 +3 +3, P +3 PQRS. So you will find SO, this is D, this will be P, this will be H, and this will be U. So option D. Only in coding decoding, all you have to do is just check the coding pattern, apply it to the question, and get to the answer. That is the method to solve this question. Okay. Next, there are statements given to you, and you need to find how many of them are required to determine oldest person. So let's decode first. A is older than B, so that means A is older than B. C and D are of the same age. C and D are of the same age. E is the youngest. E is youngest. F is younger than D. Okay. F is older than A. Okay. By combining this, I can say A, F, D. Now D equals to C, and B is less than A. So basically B less than A. We have used this also. You want to find the greatest, right? So basically you will have to use all the information here. A, B, then F, D equals to C less than E. Basically you are using all the information. E की placement के लिए you have used F and D placement, F and A, B and C, D, all. So all five are needed. All five are needed to make this. Right. So answer for 38 is this one. Hello. What is the relation between E to B? Statement are 4 statements. You need to identify what is the sufficient data. You need to answer this question. A and B are married. That means A is married to B. We don't know the gender. D is the father of C. D is the father of C. E is the son of D. E is the son of D. D is the father of C. E is the son of D. E is the son of D. This is given here. This is given here. A and C are sisters. A and C are sisters. Now we need to collect A, E and B. Now A is connected to B. We need to first connect A to C. So we will use this. Now C is connected to D and D is connected to E. So to get from E to B, you need to use all these 4 relations. Because B to A, then A to C, then C to D and D to E. That is how you can get to B and E relation, right? So here you will need to have all 4 statements together are sufficient to answer, because you will have to use all the 4 statements. Here C, A is connected to B. B will be connected to A here. Then A is connected to C here, right? Then C is connected to D here, and then D is connected to E here. So to get from B to E, you need to use all these 4 statements, right? That's why you are going to answer option C. Now question number 40. Question number 40 is very easy. First of all, I mean the logic was weird, but theek hai, right? Here they have used that they asked you choose the group which is different from others. There are 4 groups. The question will be answered by this. Only this is not prime. This is not prime divisible by 7. All other numbers are prime. So this is the odd one out group, right? So here question number 40 is done. We have solved all the 1 hour mein. We have solved, not in exam, because here I am solving today in a series, right? So we have solved all the reasoning and quant question up to 40 in 1 hour with the solutions. Okay, right? I hope this is helping and you are getting the answers correctly. Okay. Also, many of you were asking when is the CSAT batch starting again, right? So again, the batch which started from 1st of December, again new batch in English is releasing most probably early January, right? I will inform you about the new batch in the next video. Whoever is interested can get into the batch. Okay, there we practice extra questions, we solve DPPs, weekly test, we solve PYQs along with the concepts which are needed to solve all these questions, right? And you can see if you don't know the concept, you won't be able to solve these questions. These are not easy questions. These are very analytical questions where you need to apply your mind, right? Let's get ahead and try to solve some more questions, right? So we will now start with question number 44. Let's start, right? 44. Let's try to solve question number 44. This is principal, and a principal P becomes Q. A principal P becomes Q principal P becomes Q in 1 year, 1 plus, when compounded half yearly. That means rate of R by 2, right? And 100 is already here, right? And the time rate will become 2 because in 1 year, we have 2 half years, right? So this is the first part. Second, a principal P becomes Q at rate of compounded annually at the rate of S% annually. This is the right. So here Q equals to Q, right? We can equate both the equations. You will get P and P cancelled, 1 plus R square by 40000 plus R by 100 equals to 1 plus S plus 100. Okay, this is gone. 100, say if you divide this, R square by 400 plus R equals to S. From this, we need something positive to be added to R so to get to S, right? So here S is greater than R. S is greater than R. We need to add some value to R to get to S. S is greater than R. Right? The answer is option C. We just have to do this. Why I am taking R by 2 here? R by 2 here because the annual rate is R and we need to compound half yearly. So it becomes R by 2. Similarly, in 1 year, 2 half years are there. So it becomes 2. So this you must know in compounding interest. Right, done. Now, how many natural numbers are there which gives a remainder 31 when 1186 is divided by the natural? So basically, the numbers which will divide this number and leave it 31 are all the 31 equals to 1155. Factors of this number greater than 31, greater than 30. So basically, what is the meaning of this? The remainder left is 31, right? When can we leave a remainder 31? When the number dividing the given number is greater than 31, right? Suppose you are dividing by 2. Is it possible to leave the remainder 31? It is not, right? So similarly, we need to find all the factors of 1155 which are divisible by factors which are greater than 31, right? Now let's see 1155. First, it is divisible by 3. 3 9s are 3 3s are 9, 25, 3 8s are 24, then 5. Next I can divide it by 5. 5 7s are 35, then 7, then 11. Okay, so this number is 3 into 5 into 7 into 11. Total factors, just told you the formula, right? The power are all 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, which is 16. Total factors are 16. Now we need to remove factors less than 16. How many factors are less than 16? 1 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there, 7 is there, 11 is there. 3 1s हो गया, 3 5s हो गया, 3 5s भी होगा 15, 3 7s 21, 3 3s 33, 5 50. So we need to remove these 7 factors. Answer will be total factors 16 minus these 7 factors, 9 such numbers. Yeah, the answer is option D. So basically, remove the remainder. Now need to find the factors of the number which is left after removing the 31. But only need to find the remainder factors which are greater than 31, right? So the answer will be 9. This is a very interesting and one of the favorite questions. Yeah, this is one of my favorite questions. Why? So suppose you are adding something like this. Yeah, you are adding something like this. P P Q Q R R. It gives you T, 0, T. Now here 0, 0. 0 can come when P plus Q plus R equals to P and Q plus R are digits. P can, case 1, it can be 10. Case 1, it can be 10. P plus Q plus R can be 10, right? So you will get, in that case, the sum will be 10, 0, 1 carry over, 1 plus 10 again, 1, 1, 0. Similarly, P plus Q plus R can be second case. The second case, case 2. P plus Q plus R can be 20 also. In that case, the sum TT0 will be 220. The condition given to you is the first digit should be less than the second digit, less than the third digit. But there are these two possibilities, right? Now we need to find all the possible cases of P, Q, R where these are distinct and the sum is 10. P can be 1, Q can be 2. What is left? 7. Then 1, 3, 6, 1, 4, 5. 10 हो गया? 10 हो गया? Let's start with 2. 2, 3, 5. What else? Can we go 2 and 4? No. So we need to satisfy this condition also. Right? This is done. Chalo, for 20, let's start. 20 में उल्टा होगा. We will start with 9, 8, 3. Then 9, 7, 4. Then 9, 6, 5. Done. Okay. Let's see 8, 8, 7, 5. 8, 7, 5. Right? So all these things are possible. All these numbers are possible. What are the values of P? We found P as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Q, I found out Q as 2, 3, 4. फिर यहाँ पे Q 6, 7 and 8 are possible. The statement is the number of possible value of P is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Number of possible value of Q is 6. Both are correct. So these are very good questions of number system. First time UPSC gave you good level questions from number system, right? Up to this point, halwa question dete the wo. Okay. From this point onwards, they change CSAT. Right? Some of you can feel that they are giving the paper to be too tough, right? But that is the requirement now, right? So you need to be prepared for every eventuality. This type ka bhi question aaye, you should be able to solve, right? Let's go. Now we need to solve this. What is the sum of all the 4-digit number less than 2000, right? So all the 4-digit number less than 2000, matlab we can go from 1000 up to 19999. Here 1 is fixed. The first digit has to be fixed. Rest of the numbers are 2, 3, 4. None of the digits are repeated. So what are the numbers possible? Suppose the first number can be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 3. Then 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 4, 2. Then 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay. If we take the sum of these numbers, 8 plus 6, 14 plus 2. No, sorry, 14 plus 4, 18. 8, 1. This will be 19, 1, 19, 1. The sum of all the numbers based on the condition given to you are 7998. 7998. Okay. Now here, what is the number of selection of 10 consecutive things out of 12 things in circle taken clockwise direction? So suppose let's make a circle. Okay, now let's make 12 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11. Right? Suppose going clockwise, you need to select any 10, right? Suppose I am starting with here, right? Now I go to 10 consecutive places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here up to here, right? This is one selection possible. Suppose I take another. Suppose I take this. Again, I will go from here. Next one. So I can go like this up to this point. These are the next selection possible, right? Now, how I am going, right? I am starting from one, then second, then third. So similarly, I can start at 12 places. So how many total cases are possible there? How many total cases are possible? 12 cases are possible because there are 12 starting points to satisfy this condition, right? So this is done. Okay, I hope every one of you understands this, right? Chalo next karte hain. This is also a very good question. Every time in calendar, suppose the day, first day is included in the calculation, right? First of all of you should know that you need to find the remainder when the number of days in between should be remainder when number of days in between divided by 7. Here first day is 1. We have to find 10 to the power 10th day. How many days are in between? So we need to find the remainder of 10 to the power 10 minus 1 by 7. Okay, these many odd days will be there. Now how to find the remainder? This is nothing but remainder of 10 to the power 10 by 7 minus remainder of 1 divided by 7. Now let's calculate this first, right? 10 to the power 10 divided by 7. When 10 is divided by 7, the remainder is 3. So this changes to 3 to the power 10 by 7. Now we can't divide this. So what we can do is, this can also be written as 9 to the power 5. So 3 to the power 10 can be written as 3 to the power 2 into 5, and 3 to the power 2 is 9. So this can be written like this also. Now when 9 is divided by 7, the remainder is 2. 2 to the power 5 by 7, and this is nothing but 32 by 7, which is 4. Right? And here you will get minus 1. Overall remainder is 3. Overall remainder is 3. That means we need to go 3 days ahead of Sunday. Sunday plus 3, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Answer to this question is Wednesday. Every time in calendar, you need to find the number of days. When dividing by 7, you find the remainder and add it to the first day. Just be careful. The question will be given in 2 cases. After suppose 100 days, then you can directly divide those 100 by 7. Here, because the first day and 10 to the power 10 day, in between how many days are there? 10 to the power 10 minus 1. So find the remainder of 10 to the power 10 minus 1, and not directly 10 to the power 10. You can see at many places they have given the solution incorrectly. What they have done is, they have directly divided 10 to the power 10 by 7 and found out the remainder, and they are answering as Thursday. The answer will be Wednesday and not Thursday, right? So in such cases, traffic light question, there you need to find the LCM. Simple enough, you need to find the LCM and answer, right? If they are giving you 3 times, you just find the LCM of those 3 times and you can get to the answer. So here LCM of what are the 3 times they have given you? 25, 39 and 60. This is 5 square. This is 3 into 13. This is 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power into 5 to the power 1. LCM is, you need to take all the prime factors and their highest powers. So 4 3s are 12, 5. Okay? So this is nothing but 2 to the power 2 to 3 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 2 into 13. Okay? So 4 into 2500. So this is nothing but 3900 seconds. 3900, which is nothing but 1 hour 5 minutes. Right? Now this will happen in multiples. 2 hour 10 minutes. Again it will happen at 3 hour 15 minutes and so on. Okay. Here they started at 210. So adding 1 5, there is one more logic to solve this question, because the changing are from red to green, right? It won't happen at 3 5. Actually it will happen at the second multiple. When even multiples are there, it will happen. At odd multiples, it won't happen, right? According to the question. So here you need to do this. You can add this, the second multiple, 2 plus 2 hour and 10 minutes, which will give you answer as 410. Okay. In such question, traffic based question, or suppose there are three friends, first friend is going to the gym on second day, second on third day, third on fourth day. So you need to find the LCM of 2, 3 and 4 and so on when they will meet again, and these types of questions. So in those you have to find the LCM. Now we have done up to 50. Let's see what else. Suppose here we have questions up to question number 60. So let's try to solve these. देखो क्या बोल रहा है, पहले तो क्वेश्चन पढ़ा करो तमीज से, उसके बाद सॉल्व करने का ट्राई करो. 40 children are standing in a circle and one of them, say child 1, has ring. The ring is passed clockwise. Child 1 passes to child 2, child 2 passes to 4, 4 to 7 and so on. So देखो ये this is child 1. Child 1 is passing to child 2 plus 1. Child 2 is passing to 4 plus 2. Child 4 is passing to 7 plus 3. This will pass to 11 plus 4. This will pass to plus 5, 16. 16 will pass to plus 6, 22. 22 will pass to plus 7, 29. 29 will pass to plus 8, 37. 37 plus pass to plus 9. Now 40 pe the circle will again start from 1. So 38, 39, 40. 3 are gone, left is 6. So next we will go to 6. Again here we will add 10. We will get 16. Okay. 16 में we will add 11. We will get 27. 27 में we will add 12. We will get 39. Again 39 में we will add 13. So 13 में if you add 13 you will get 12. 12 में you add 14. Okay, 14 you will get 26. And 26 में when you add 15 you will get 1 again. So basically you need to do this thing for 15 times. You need to find when the ball again meets the child 1. It meets after 15 interactions, 15 changes. Okay, chale aage. Right? Chalo. Let's see the next question, 55. 55 क्या बोल रहा है भाई? Now this is a very special question. कैसे? First you need to identify the series. Okay, then you can solve these questions. So देखो, there are two z's, then 3 y's, then 4x, right? The reverse positional value of z is 1, so 2 are taken. Reverse positional value of y is 2, 3 are taken. Reverse positional value of x is 3, 4 are taken, and so on. So how many a's will be there? 27. Okay, so first we need to find the total terms. 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to 27 equals to question mark. Now we don't know how to find this sum, but we know this. If we add plus 1 and plus 1 on both the sides, now you know how to find the sum of this. This is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. So this will give you 27 into 27 plus 1 by 2. This is 27 into 14. Right? Idhar aayega question mark plus 1. 27 into, ठीक है, 70 और 7 4 98, 8 9 carry over, 14 use a 28, 28 और 9 37. 378 equals to question mark plus 1. Total terms equals to question mark, which is 377. 377. Middle term equals to 377 plus 1 by 2, which is 378 by 2, right? What is this term? 189th term. Now listen to me very carefully. You can start from the start or you can go from the end and you will find the same middle term, right? How many a's are there? Can someone tell me how many a's are there? How many? So we need to find the 118 term. I am writing it here, right? a's कितने? 27. Yeah, b's कितने? 26. c 25, d 24, e 23, f 22, g 21, H20. Now if you take the sum of all these numbers, you will find 188. Next, 189th term will be, we have all exhausted all the H. 20 H are there in the series. So one next term will be I. Next term will be option B, I. Yeah. So these are not easy questions to solve in the exam pressure, right? You need to identify how to solve these questions. What is the sum of n natural numbers and so on. And after that also you need to find the middle term. Now after middle term you need to find how to get to the middle term. Very lengthy and very tricky question. Now P into Q is greater than 0. Is P greater than Q? What are the possible value of P and Q where the product is greater than 0? So let's first find out value of P and Q. So let me write -3 and -2 can be one of the possibility. 3 and 2 are one of the possibility. We can't say who is greater, right? So statement 1 can't answer the question. P square is greater than Q square. Again, what are the possible value of Q? I can again take these two values. -3 square is greater than -2 and similarly 3 square is greater than 2. Even if I combine both of these two solutions are still there. There are multiple possibilities. P can be greater than Q, P can be less than Q. है ना? क्योंकि here -3 is less than -2 and 3 is greater than 2. Here -3 is less than -2, 3 is greater than 2. -3 is less than -2, 3 is greater than 2. So both P can be greater also, P can be smaller. We can't say if P is greater or smaller, right? So in such questions, the question cannot be answered even by using both these statements together. Option D is your answer. Question cannot be answered by using both these statements together. Right? Now let's see 57. Now 57 में क्या है भाई? Whenever there is the question is saying is P plus Q minus R greater than P minus Q plus R. Okay, so P and P are cancelled. 2 of Q greater than 2 of R. That means we need to find if Q is greater than R. Question mark. If this is true, this is the question. P and Q are integers. Now P minus Q, it is given to you. P minus Q is positive. Matlab P minus Q is greater than 0. That means P is greater than Q. Here we can't compare Q and R, so this can't answer. Here P minus R is negative. P minus R is less than 0. That means P is less than R. P is less than R. Here also P and R are compared. But if we combine both of these, R is greater than P, R is greater than Q. P is greater than Q. So now we can compare Q and R and we can tell R is greater than Q. Is this is greater than? So answer is no. The answer to this question is no. So now after combining these two statements, we can answer the question. Can be answered by using both these statements together, but cannot be answered by using either statement alone. We have used information from both these statements. Chalo bhai, chalo. Let's solve question number 58. This is Venn diagram problem. Here, the easiest way which I know to solve these questions is to make the Venn diagram. Always works. It always works. So here they are talking about tea, coffee, right? And in a party, 75% took tea, 60% coffee, and 50% took both tea and coffee. No one taking milk takes tea, right? That means there can be an intersection between. Let this be tea, this is coffee. Now no one taking milk takes tea. That means there is no intersection between this milk and tea. Here they have told you 75% took tea, 15 people took both tea and coffee. That means 15 are here. Total number of people who took tea is 75. So here we will have 60. Remaining, we don't know what is the distribution here in M. We don't know what is the distribution here in M. So let it be X, let it be Y. So the remaining value here will be total 60. So this is 45 minus X. 45 minus X. What is the total? Total equals to 60 plus 15 plus 45 minus X plus Y. This is cancelled. So here we will get 120 plus Y. Now let's see if we can get to the total. So X plus Y. in the first statement it is given that x plus y equals to 50 and total equals to 20 plus y. We can't solve using this. This is gone. Number of person who attended the party, total number is 5 times the person who took milk only. Matlab, in the second statement it is given to you 120 plus y equals to 5 times y. Here by solving this 4y equals to 120. So from this y equals to 30. Y equals to 30. So total equals to 150 people. We can answer by statement 2. So the question can be answered by using one of the statement alone, but cannot be answered by using the other statement alone. Option A. Answer to this question is option A. Okay. Done with question number 58. Now we have 2 more questions here on this page. Let's try to. What is the number? The sum of the digits of the number is equal to the product of the digit. Sum of the numbers of the digit is product of the digit. 3, 2, 1, 3. So there are multiple possibilities, right? Suppose statement 1, 1 to 3 is one number, 1, 3, 2 is also such number, then 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. There can be multiple possibilities. We can't tell one number, so we can't answer the question from the statement 1. It can be 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. The number is divisible by sum of the digits of the number. Again, we can find such numbers. 312 is divisible by 6. So the number is 312. Some number satisfying this condition. I am just checking from this. If I get 2 numbers, so we can't get to the specific number. So we can't answer this question. 312 और कोई divide होगा क्या? So 132 also. 132 is also divisible by 6. So still we have 2 numbers. Still we have these 2 numbers which satisfy both the condition. What is the number? The question is asking you what is the number. Can you answer the number directly? No. Even by using the statement 1 and 2 both together. So the answer is the question cannot be answered by using even both the statements together. And D. Chalo. Last question here, 60. Okay. First, A, B, C, D, E, any 2 consecutive differ by 2. Okay. So this is A. This will be A plus 2, A plus 4, A plus 6 and A plus 8. Okay. I am already writing it here. A plus 2, A plus 4, A plus 6, A plus 8. All these have a difference of 2 in between, right? The age of the eldest. The age of the eldest is 3 times the youngest. The statement this. Age of the eldest is A plus 8. 3 times the youngest, 3A. Right? From this, 2A equals to 8. A equals to 4. So you can find what is the age of the youngest child? 4. You can answer through this. So statement 1 answers. The average age of children is 8 years. So sum of all the numbers 5 of A plus 2 plus 4, 6, 12, 20 by 5 equals to 8 is given to you. 5 of A plus 20 equals to 40. 5 of A equals to 20, A equals to 4. You can solve by this also. So the question can be answered by using either statement alone. You can answer the question by both the statements, right? Okay. You can find the youngest A with both the statements. Right? Chalo, we have solved up to 60. Up to this point, 1.5 hours, we have solved all the reasoning and quant questions up to 60. Now we are left with how many questions? Here we have some questions. Okay, in an examination, this. Okay, there are 5 persons PQRD, one of whom is assigned to task 1. Okay, these are good PNC questions. 4 here. Done. This, and then we have here some questions here and up to this point. Okay, चलो कुछ कर लेते हैं यहाँ पे. जैसे let's start with this. चलो 65 ही करते हैं. Let's start with 60. So 99% in an examination, the maximum marks for each of the 4 papers, namely PQRS, are 100. Marks scored by the student are in integers. A student can score 99% in n different ways. What is the value? Losing, he is losing 1%. There are 100 of each paper. There are 4 papers. Total 400. 1% of 400 is lost. 4 marks are lost. 4 marks are lost. 4 marks are lost. Now, how 4 marks can be lost? You can lose 4 marks as there are 4 subjects 4000, 3100, 2200, 2110 and 111, and these are the possibilities. Now what are the arrangement of this? 4 factorial by 3 factorial, 4 ways. 4 factorial by 2 factorial, 12 ways. 4 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial, because two things are same, right? तो यहाँ पे 6 आ जाएगा. This is 4 factorial by 2 factorial, again 12. This is 4 factorial by 4 factorial, 1. 12, 12, 24, 36, 5, 35, 35. Total 35 ways are there in which the student can score 99% of the marks and can lose 1% of the marks, right? 66, 65 is done. Let's see. 6. Flag is to be designed with 4 horizontal stripes using some or all the colors. 4 stripes. Let's how many colors using red, green and yellow, 3 colors are. What is the number of different ways which can be done so that no 2 adjacent strips are of the same color? Suppose the first strip has 3 options, right? Now we have already used a color here, so in the next option we will only have 2. Now also we have used here now, but the number used here, the color used in the first case, is again available. So again we have 2 options here. We can't use this. Then again 2, right? So the total number is 3 into 2 into 2 into 2. 24 ways. Easy. यार PNC अगर आता है तो बहुत easy है, नहीं आता है तो बहुत difficulty है. Also PNC आता है तो questions बहुत जल्दी solve होंगे. If you know PNC, permutation and combination, you will be able to solve the questions very quickly. नहीं तो there will be some problems. Right? Let's see this cable. Then try. घटिया डायग्राम बनाया है, थोड़ा और अच्छे से बनाते हैं इसको. Everyone can see the question है ना, तो अच्छे से now start. क्या बोल रहा है? There is this box where this is 400 centimeter 4 meter. Okay, this is given to you as 220 centimeter. Now you need to find tiles of dimension 140 and 60. How many maximum number of tiles you can fit, right? So let's first try to fit in. Suppose I am fitting here. यार फिट कर देंगे सारी हो गए. ओके, नाउ एक इस तरीके से आ जाएगा पूरा. ठीक है, सपोज क्यों डायमेंशन इज 60 इंटू 140, 60 इंटू 40 140, तो 60 60 60 60, राइट? कितना हुआ? 240, 240 और 140, 380 होगा. ये तो पूरा भी नहीं आएगा. यहाँ पे इसको हटा सकते हैं, थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से बना सकते हैं. यहाँ पे एक ब्लॉक आएगा जो कि इस तरीके से रह जाएगा. दिस इज 140. Now this is 60, we have 220, 60 220. So what is left? 160 इज लेफ्ट, तो 140 एक इधर आ जाएगा, एंड दिस टोटल इज 16 140, तो यहाँ पे 2 आ सकते हैं, तो यहाँ फिट कर दो, ठीक है. दिस इज 60, दिस इज 60, 120. नाउ 2 कैन बी फिटेड हियर. व्हाई? 140 and 140. This is 4. How many are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and ठीक है. कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं है ना? देख लेना एक बार. 40 120 240 240 40 280 280 एंड 380. ठीक है. इस तरफ 280 और 140. डन. 9 कैन बी फिटेड हियर. थोड़ा इटरेशन करने के बाद आएगा. देयर इज नो अदर वे टू सॉल्व दिस. ओके, you need to find the dimensions and you need to place things like this. Here again PNC, one specific type of question. There are 5% PQRST, each one has to be assigned one task. Neither PQ can be assigned to task 1. Okay, task 2 must be given to one of R or S. Task 1, P and Q can't be given, so here we have R, S and T. 3 tasks, remaining 3 people. Now out of these 2 you need to give it to 1. So how to select 2C1, right? Now 1 is gone here. Here you will left with 2 people. Now out of these 2, 1 is already selected here, है ना? So out of these 2 people you need to select 1, 2C1. Now 3 are left, 3 factorial. 3 are left and 3 places are there, 3 factorial. So 2C1 into 2C1 into 3 factorial. 2 into 2, 2 into 2 into 6. Total 24. Total how many ways? 24. Okay, चलो नेक्स्ट देख ले. चलो नेक्स्ट देख लेते हैं एक बार. मार्क दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, दिस इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. There are large number of silver coins weighing 2 gram, 5 gram, 10 gram, 25 gram and 50 gram. Okay. You need to get to 78 gram, right? Let's start with 50 gram. So 50 gram is done. Now if you select 25 gram coin, you have already consumed how many grams? 75. Now from the remaining coins of 2, 5, 10, you can select any coins to make it 3? No, right? So let's skip 25. Then it becomes 50 plus 10. 60 plus 10, 70, right? Now 8 is left. Can you make combination of 5 and 2's? No, but you can make 8 from 2's. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. How many coins are used? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is correct. The requirement to get to 78 grams from the coins available to you is 7 coins. You have to take 7 coins, right? Abhi, to weigh 78 grams using these coins, one can use less than 7 coins. Now see, to weigh, the question changes. Now to weigh, so suppose this is the weighing scale. Here you have this scale, okay, on this side and on this side, and you are handling it here. Like this. Okay, now what I am doing is, see, I am placing 78 grams here. 70 grams on the left hand side. Upper mein I am putting a small quantity of 2. This is 80. I have put a small quantity of 2. Upper I am putting a small quantity of 2. On the right hand side I am going to use 3 different weights. What are the weights? First let me take 50 liya. Second weight, let's suppose the second weight I am taking is 25 and 5. How many coins are used? I used only 4 coins. I used only 4 coins to weigh. So the question was saying to weigh 78 grams using these coins, one can use less than 7 grams. Correct. This is correct. So the answer will be both 1 and 2. Good question. I have marked it. You should also mark this. Try to solve this question before going to the exam. Inequality question. New type of questions UPSC is giving you. A plus B means A is neither smaller not equal to. That means A is greater than B. Meaning of this is A is greater than. A minus B means A is not greater than B. A is less than equal to B. A is not smaller. A is greater than equal to B. A divided means A is neither greater nor A is smaller than B. A plus minus B means A is neither smaller nor greater. A is equals to B. What is the value of this? Q equals to T. What is this? Plus मतलब क्या है हमारा? Plus is here. That means S is greater than Q. Conclusion 1 and 2. We have to use these 4 statements. Okay. We need to use all these values and we need to get to this. P into Q. P into Q. That means P is greater than equal to Q. P into Q is P is greater than equal to. P into Q is P is greater than equal to Q. हो गया greater than equal to Q. P is greater than equal to Q. P minus T is P is less than equal to T. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे मैं बनाता भी जाता हूँ. P is greater than equal to 2. P is less than equal to T. Now T divided by R. So that means T is less than R. So R equals to S. So first is Q equals to T. Q equals to 2 is not necessary. This conclusion is wrong. S is greater than Q. So S is greater than Q. S is greater than Q, right? So this conclusion true. Conclusion true is correct. Conclusion 2 is correct. Here the answer will be option B. Conclusion 2 is correct from the given options. Okay, done. Chalo. There are some questions left from Quant and reasoning and then we'll move to the reading comprehension part. ठीक है भाई, यहाँ पे कुछ क्वेश्चन है करने लायक. तो ये क्वेश्चन है. So how to do this, right? There are multiple ways. Suppose what is the remainder when 2 is divided by 6? 2. What is the remainder when 2 to the power 2 is divided by 6? 4. What is the remainder when 2 to the power 3 is divided by 6? 2. What is the remainder when 2 to the power 4 is divided by 6? 4. Odd power, remainder 2. Even power, remainder 4. Here the power is even. Right? So even power mein you will get to the remainder as 4. Option D. Okay. 75. Suppose here I always try and solve this by placing the options. Suppose I place D, A, C and B. यहाँ पे no 2 B, C's, B's, so no C, D, A, B. Again here 5, no pattern. Then D, C, A. Basically what I am trying to do is I am placing these. There are 20 terms, so I am dividing it into groups of 5, 5, 5 and 5 and checking if there is some consistency in the pattern. So here I am seeing DC, here 2 C's, B's, 2 A's, but here we needed 2 D's, which is not the case. So this is also not true. इसको भी हटाओ. Last option ही बचा है, वही आंसर होगा फिर. D, C and A. If we divide into groups of 5. So here we have 2 D's, फिर 2 C's, फिर 2 B's and 2 A's. So this is a pattern. So answer will be option D. Okay. करते चलो. यही होता है पेपर में भी. Whenever you are discussing also, solve करते रहो एक के बाद एक. Just analyze, solve. You guys should do one thing, right? Attempt the paper. Whenever the question is on the screen, first solve. See if you are doing the correct solution. If there are any doubts, always you can connect to me on the Telegram. I have shared my Telegram channel on इनिशियल वीडियोस, ओके, तो वहाँ से आप लोग ले सकते हो. यू कैन सी दी स्ट्रेटजी वीडियोस. आई हैव टोल्ड यू हाउ टू प्रिपेयर इन दी next 2 months. I have also told you which things to avoid, what are the myths which you need to be careful about, right? All those things are already there, right? And always visit, directly contact if you want any sort of help, right? Also, I have already told you I will be in Bangalore for the next month. Whenever you are here, you can always come to our Chandra Layout center here in Bangalore, right? And we can meet and discuss these. Okay. चलो यहाँ पे there are 1 2 3 4 5 questions from quant and reasoning, and then we can move to reading comprehension. Okay, चलो let's try to solve these. So let's see, right? First question is this, where they are saying A, B and C, D are 2-digit numbers. Multiplying A, B and C, D results in the 3-digit number D, E, F. When D, E, F is added to a 3-digit number G, H, I, the result is 975. Here D, E, F plus E, H, I is 975. Okay. Further, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I are distinct digits. So how many distinct digits? E is given to you as 0. F is given to you as 8. How many digits are there? I'm writing it all here, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. As soon as 0 is gone, 8 is gone, right? These are distinct digits. That's why this is there. So this now changes to D, 0, 8, G, H, I is 975. Now what is the value of I if this is 5? The value of I has to be 7. I has to be 7. I has to be 7 for this to be 5. 1 carryover. 1 carryover, H equals to 6. H equals to 6. H equals to 6 because this is 7. And D and G. D and G. D and G has to be 4 and 5. D and G has to be 4 and 5. They can't be D plus G equals to 9. D plus G equals to 9. It can happen only with 4 and 5. Only option is 4 and 5. Okay. Now we are left with 3 digits A, B, C, right? And we are done here. The remaining digits are the remaining digits are the possibility of A, B, C are from 1, 2, 3 and 9. What is the possible, then what is the value of A plus B plus C? From these values, you can see A plus B plus C can be 6 only, because we can't take 9 because the sum will be greater than 9. Only 6 is possible here. You need not solve the complete question. You can get the answer from this only. Okay. Here the answer is option A. Okay. 77. One of P or Q was selected for the job. So this is true. That means one of P or Q. False statement. At least one of R and S was selected. This is false. So true is none of R and S is selected. मतलब false क्यों है? क्योंकि this statement means one or at least one, यानी तो R और S, या तो S हुआ, R और S हुआ, या फिर R and S both हुए. These are the 3 possibilities. If this is false, that means none of R and S got selected. R और S में से कोई भी select नहीं हुआ. Now check these statements. At least 4 were selected. Out of 5, 2 are not selected. So 4 can't be selected. So this is incorrect. Incorrect. S was selected for the job. You can see here, S was not selected for the job. So this is also incorrect. None. Neither 1 nor 2. Tam. हो गया, चलो. तम टाटा, बाय बाय. सिंपल क्वेश्चन था बहुत. एक ही स्टेटमेंट से सॉल्व हो गया, राइट? Now we need to solve question number 78. Let P, Q, R, S, T be 5 statements such that if P is true, then both. So if P is true, both Q is true and S is true. That means अगर इसमें से एक भी false हुआ, या फिर एक false, या फिर दोनों false हुए, ये कब होगा? जब p नेगेटिव है, मतलब p फॉल्स होगा तब, राइट। इफ p इज पॉजिटिव बोथ आर पॉजिटिव, राइट। सो इसका मतलब है बाकी टाइम में p पॉजिटिव नहीं होगा, एंड ये सारे केसेस। इफ r and s are true, p is false. तो फिर r is negative, s is positive, t is true. R is positive, s is negative, t is true. R is negative, s is negative, s is negative, t is true. This is how you analyze these questions. Okay, ऐसे ही होते हैं सवाल. If t is true, then at least one of p and r must be false. If t is true, that at least one of r and s must be false. T is true, one of r and s must be false. Right? यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आपको here. If t is true, one of at least r and s must be false. So this is correct. If q is true, then p is true. तो कैसे करेंगे? How to analyze if p is true, q is true? So here it is not necessary ना, because if q is true, p is true जरूरी है? नहीं, p true हो भी सकता है यहाँ पे here, and p can't be true. Though both are possible. This is wrong. One only. Yeah. Cuboid का question है, वो देख लेते हैं. A cuboid of dimension 7 centimeter into 5 centimeter into 3 centimeter is painted red, green, blue on each pair of opposite face of dimension. So red को I am writing with red. Okay. Then red के बाद क्या बोला है? 5 into 3. 5 into 3. Green, right? Green is, इसको हटाओ थोड़ा सा, take some other color, let it be green. Green is written as 5 into 3. Okay, last में blue, sorry, बार बार screen हिल रही. 7 into 3. ठीक है. So there are exactly 50 cubes with no paint faces, right? No paint face कौन सा होता है? No paint face. L minus 2 into E minus 2 into H minus 2, where L is 7, 5 minus 2, 3 minus 2, 5 into 3 into 1, कितने हो गए? 15. So this is correct. Next, there are exactly 6 small cubes on exactly 2 face, one painted with blue. There are 6 cubes with exactly 2 faces painted, one with blue and other with green. Now blue and green have common as 3, right? So these edges with 3 cubes are common. How many such edges? Blue and green, 4 edges, 2 face painted. These are center edge pieces, right? So there are 4 edges, 4 into, there are 3 on each edge, and you need to remove the corner wala. So this is minus 4 into 1, this is 4. Total number of cubes which have 2 faces painted, one blue and one green, are 4 and not 6. So this is incorrect. This is incorrect. The correct answer is 1 only. 1 only. Okay. Chalo, let's solve the last question from Quant and reasoning. Then we will move to the reading comprehension part. Okay, mostly we will take 40 to 45 more minutes to solve the reading comprehension. ठीक है, 80 क्वेश्चन डन हो जाएंगे, राइट? चलो ये सॉल्व करो. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल राइट दिस वेरी वाइडली, आराम से. जाओ. इनकॉम्प्रेहेंसिबिलिटीज, थोड़ा सा चलो यहाँ लिख दो, ठीक है. So incomprehensibilities, what is given to you? The word are arranged alphabetically in reverse order. So it is always difficult to reverse place all these in reverse order. So let's first arrange this in alphabetical order, फिर reverse में. So let's first take A नहीं है, यहाँ पे B है. Let me write B, ठीक है. B को मैं मार्क करते जाता हूँ. B is done. A B C, how many C's are there? एक, और C है नहीं है तो C. D है नहीं है. E एक, दो, तीन E है. F G, यहाँ पे कहीं पे G है. I एक, दो, तीन, चार, पाँच. E F G H, पहले H आएगा ना. G है नहीं, H एक, पहले H लिखेंगे फिर चार पाँच आई. एक, दो, तीन, चार. G H I J K L, ना एक L यहाँ पे है. M, वन M, M N, टू N's. O, वन O. P, वन Q, R, R here. Then S, S and T, S, S and T. Now we have to write it in the reverse order. T, S, S, R, P, O, R, P, O, R, P, O, N, N, M, N, N, M, L, I, 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 I. ठीक है. उसके बाद H, E, 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 H, E, E, E. बस थोड़ा मेहनत का काम है, nothing else. So now you need to check how many alphabets are same. So if you check only these, see here I and I, and on this one I and I, there are two. There are two I's which are at the same position. The answer to this question will be 2. Option C. Okay. So we have solved all the questions from quant and reasoning, right? Now let's go to the first page and we will solve the reading comprehension. Reading comprehension का main method is you will have to read the passage yourself, understand the passage. I will tell you how to eliminate the options and why some answer is correct or not, right? That will be the method, right? Because it will take lots of time for me to read everything, mark everything and then answer. फिर भी I will try to mark everything which is very important and then accordingly I will answer for reading comprehension. वहाँ पे है भाई. चलो 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 चलो. So we will have to start from here, right? So chalo, we'll start from reading. Let's see, right? So this is the first passage. You can see we often hear about conflicts among different states about river waters. Of the water states, 75% live in water stage region, a third of whom live in water scarce areas. Climate change, the demand of risk population, and need of agriculture keep pace increasing. So this will increase the water stress. According to the Constitution of India, water is a state subject, not that of the Union, except for regulation of interstate rivers. Mainly this passage is about interstate river conflicts. Key to ensuring balance between competing demands of various stakeholders is a basin-based approach to allocate water amongst constituent regions and states. Allocating fair share of water to them requires assessment based on objective criteria such as specificities of the river basin, size of dependent population, existing water use and demand, efficiency in use and projected future use, etc., while ensuring the environmental need of the rivers and aquifers. Basically, water stress is there, right? And this is a Water is a state subject until unless there is a conflict between the states regarding water, river waters, and usme the allocation should be based on the parameters they have discussed, right? So now, which of the following is the most rational, practical, immediate action required? Problem here is basically they are asking for something for which they can resolve. So basis of that will be scientific points, right? आपको कितनी जगह चाहिए, किसको देना है, usage and all those things. A national pragmatic legal and policy framework of water allocation. Policy framework, basically all these are policy points, right? You need to make policy how you will allocate water to different states, how you will resolve the dispute. All river system of the country should be linked. So this is not rational and practical. Water channel means water surplus water. So this is not the issue. The issue is the stress. To mitigate water crisis, water demand of sectors such as agriculture should be reduced. No talk of it. This is beyond the scope of the passage. Okay, right? So basically, we need to get to a better framework by using which we can tackle the situation. The answer will be A. More than half of more than half of Indian women and almost a quarter of Indian men are working is anime. According to study, they are anywhere from 5 to less productive than they could be. As a result, therefore, India also has the largest tuberculosis burden in the world, costing work days. Again, efficiency. What is important is lost productivity now is lost potential in the future. It is becoming increasingly clear that in many measures of cognitive ability, malnourished Indian children perform 2 to 3 times worse than their adequately nourished peers. Efficiency कम हो रही है, work hours are also affecting, right? Health की वजह से. For an economy that will be more dependent on highly skilled workers, this poses a significant challenge, and it is one that really should be addressed given India's demographic outlook. Implied, right? What is implied? Implication. Education system must be strengthened. Education system की बात है, yeah, the problem is health. This is gone. Large scale and effective implementation of skill development is the problem. For economic development, health and nutrition of only skilled workers, this is extreme. So these are all reasons with which you can eliminate this, right? In each of the reading comprehension class, even on the free YouTube video which I took live before the previous prelims, right? In that also I have taught you how to eliminate options in reading comprehension and get to the answer which normally UPSC finds, right? Agar if you know all the elimination methods, if you know all the keywords which you have to see in the questions and identify what is required, what you need to find out, so you will solve at least 18 to 20 questions from 27. Okay, these are very simple. So all those students who think they are very weak in mathematics and reasoning, although I don't believe in it, right? You can work on it and you can improve, but still if you feel so this is the section which will save you, right? So reading comprehension you can't do mistakes. These are the 3 elimination methods. The answer will be for rapid economic growth as envisioned by us, attention should be paid to health and nutrition of our people. Okay, 2 RCs are done. Chalo. First, let's look what the passage is talking about. In India, majority of the farmer in India, right? In India, majority of the farmer are marginal or small, okay, less educated, possess low adaptive capability to climate change. Okay, perhaps because of credit and other constraints. So one cannot expect autonomous adaptation to climate change. Okay, even if it was possible, it was not sufficient to offset. Even if it was possible, it was not sufficient to offset losses from climate change. To deal with it, adaptation to climate change is paramount alongside fast mitigation response. Another solution to is planned by a policy-driven government to come up with policy recommendation. Perception is a necessary prerequisite for adaptation. Yeah, what is the meaning of this? If you don't perceive the risk, you won't take the measures you need to be safer, right? तो ये वाली जो main चीज है इसकी main point. Whether farmers are adapting agricultural practices to climate change depends on whether they perceive it as a risk or a harm or not, right? However, this is not always enough for adaptation. It is important how a farmer perceives the risk associated with climate change. Again, right? Perception is the main point that will lead to adaptations, right? Which one of the following statements best reflect the most logical and rational message? Message is basically you need to find the title for the passage. Okay. Adaptation to climate change and mitigation response are basically responsibility of the government beyond the scope of the passage because this is not discussed. है ना? Gone. Climate change cause a change in government policies regarding land use patterns, again beyond the scope of passage, not discussed. Risk perception of farmers are important for motivating them to taking adaptation. This is basically what the passage was talking about. Since mitigation is not possible, government should come up with policies for quick response. Mitigation is not possible. This is extreme. We can't select an extreme option unless the passage itself is written only in extreme terms. Extreme tone जब तक passage की नहीं होगी, we can't select the extreme options. Basically, अभी भी if you don't know how to eliminate, I am solving and telling you how I am eliminating these options. तो समझ में भी आ गया जो समझा रहा हूँ, तब भी आप कर लोगे next time. Okay, that's the purpose here, right? If you don't know at this moment, after this point you should know these methods. Beyond the scope of the passage means that this topic is not talked about in the passage. Basically, the responsibility of government in this whole situation is not discussed in the passage. So this is beyond the scope of the passage. You can't select this option, right? So that's how we need to proceed. 3 are done. Let's move to the next page. Here we have 11, 12 and 13, right? So let's try to solve these now. The emission humans put into the atmosphere now will affect the climate in the middle of the century and onwards. Technological change, meanwhile, could make a future transition away from cheap, or it may not. It can happen that it will help us in transitioning or not. Leaving the world with a terrible choice between sharply reducing emission at high cost or suffering through the effects of unabated warming. The problem is, suppose the technology doesn't advance, right? Abhi the technology is pricey, right? So agar abhi invest karoge, to you can invest a lot, right? If you wait, there can be a situation where you have to deal with the effects of climate change if you don't deal with them properly. Businesses that do not hedge against the risk and uncertain outcome fail often, right? So basically you need to hedge. So you can't say that I will definitely depend on technological advancement and I will wait to place the mitigation plans. ऐसा भी नहीं हो सकता. So there should be a balance. You should mitigate now also, right? And also you should wait for the technology to improve, right? So you should not put all your eggs in one basket. That's the thing. The world cannot afford such recklessness on climate change. Such recklessness which some businesses do by not hedging. Okay. Which of the following best reflects the crucial message? Again, we need to find a title for the passage. Let's see. Businesses that cause emission may need to close down or pay pollution. So beyond the scope of the passage, no such talk. The only solution is technological development related to issue of climate. Only solution. Extreme. हटाओ इसको. Waiting to deal with carbon emission until technology is not a wise strategy, right? This is what they are trying to do. Technology improvement के लिए रुकना is not a wise strategy. Since future technology changes, certain new industries should be based on renewable. Now, this is beyond the scope of the passage. So, the answer is option C. Yeah. I am telling you how to do the elimination, right? No one can tell you how to read the passage in 1 or 2 minutes and understand the passage completely. What you need to do, take the main points from the passage. What the passage is talking about. Take the main argument. First, eliminate beyond the scope. The things which are not talked about in the passage are irrelevant for us. Payment for pollution, irrelevant. Removed, first option. Renewable energy sources, last, removed, khatam. Only solution is the technology. Only solution is technological development. No, mitigation be possible hai na. Abhi we are talking about both the cases. So this is extreme statement. Only talking about one aspect. So we can't select this also. Only C option is left for you, right? चलो यहाँ पे 11th is done. Let's move to 12th. Environmental problems cause health problems. Substantial changes in lifestyle can reduce environmental or health problems, but this idea appears almost impossible to adapt. So basically, lifestyle change can give you results, but still people don't do this. With environmental problems, individual effort can be perceived as having a negligible effect and therefore lead to inertia. बिकॉज पीपल थिंक कि मेरे कचरा फेंकने से रोड पे क्या ही होने वाला है अकेले से, राइट? सो दे थ्रो गार्बेज ऑन दी रोड्स कि मैं अकेला तो पूरा एनवायरनमेंट सही नहीं कर सकता हूँ, तब ऐसे सोचने लग गए तो हो गए दुनिया का, है ना? तो इंडिविजुअल केस में यू आर नॉट टेकिंग स्टेप्स, एनवायरमेंटल केस में यू आर थिंकिंग मेरे करने से क्या होगा। इन बोथ द केसेस यू आर डूइंग नथिंग, है ना? यू आर नॉट पुटिंग इन द एफर्ट्स. With health, on the other hand, individual choices can make the difference between life and death, literally. And yet, barring a few, there seems to be same collective lethargy towards making their choices. The passage is talking about human behavior where they are lethargic. खुद के लिए भी काम नहीं कर रहे जब उनको पता अच्छा हो सकता है, और दूसरों का भी बुरा करना, राइट? सो बेसिकली एवरीथिंग आई टॉक्ड इन इंग्लिश, वही सेम चीज आई हैव रिपीटेड इन हिंदी. Which one of the following statements best implies the most rational assumption that can be made from the passage? First of all, the assumption should be linked to some of the parts of the passage, right? And it should hint at the same thing which is discussed in the passage. Chalo. We are likely to spend more money on cure than prevention. This gets a hint, right? कि basically we are not taking our steps. जब health खराब होगी, environment खराब होगी, तो we will do the mitigation plans now. वो हो जाएगा. It is the job of the government beyond the scope of the passage. No such thing. Okay. Health can be protected even if environmental go addended. Extreme. Remove. Loss of traditional lifestyle and influence in Western values की वजह से beyond the scope of the passage. Only this is the. There could have been a better option, but अभी जो दिए हैं उसमें से this is the best option you can select. Okay. चले हम आगे. चलो. डन हो गया. चलो 13 देख लेते. Many people not eating the right food. For some, it is simply decision to stick with food they enjoy. Suppose myself, I like burgers, right? So even though I know those are unhealthy, but because there are choices, ठीक है, ऐसा पैसेज पढ़ने के बाद लगता है कि I should leave that habit. लेकिन ठीक है, चलो देखते हैं. Which is not too healthy. This is leading to an increase in non-communicable disease. This in turn leads to major burden on our healthcare system that have a potential to derail the economic progress which is essential for the poor to improve their lives. Suppose people are getting more sick, right? So government will have to invest more in health, which could have been invested in infrastructure and other things, right? So if we don't take care of ourselves, जो अच्छा पैसा कहीं लग सकता था वो हेल्थ में लगाना पड़ेगा. So for some, it is choice that they have choice to feed junk or good food. For others, it is about limited access to nutritious food or a lack of affordability leading to monotonous diet but do not provide the daily nutrients for them to develop fully. Part of the reason nutrition is under threat worldwide is that our food system are not properly responding to our nutritional need. Somewhere along the long road from farm to fork, there are serious detours taking place. We are not eating what we are supposed to eat, which is healthy for us. Let's see the options. Which of the following statement best reflect the crux, the main argument of the passage? The scheme of universal basic income beyond the scope of the passage. कोई discussion नहीं है of universal basic income का. We must place food-based nutrition at center of our policy, right? Food-based nutrition is the main topic discussed, so this can be the crux, main argument, right? Let's see. Nutritional status of food should be improved by creating appropriate GM crops की कोई बात नहीं है, beyond the scope of the passage. Using modern food processing technology, fortification. So basically, all these things are not discussed. Can be khatam. Easy enough. So in 2023, all of the students who were good in reading comprehension survived. Because reading comprehension in 2023 are very easy. Just read the passage, remove by beyond the scope of the passage, extreme, and out of 27, I can tell you 22 and 23 questions are very easy. Some of them can be moderate. नहीं तो 20 questions are easy from reading comprehension in 2023. चलो चलें आगे. तो यहाँ तक 20 ये तो कर लिया सारा, right? 21, 22 and 23. Let's try to do 21 now. ठीक है. Basically अभी भी this problem is going on in Delhi. उसी के ऊपर पैसेज है. Let's see. To tackle the problem of pollution in cities, policymakers think that drastic actions like temporary use of odd even schemes vehicles, closing schools, factories, construction activities, and banning the use of certain types of vehicles are a way forward. Even then, the air, after taking all these steps, even then the air is not clean, according to the author. Vehicles more than 15 years old comprise 1% of the total, right? And people make so much fuss about it that if you take the vehicles of the roads which are older than 15 years, it will solve our problem of pollution. होगा क्या? नहीं. You need to look at the data कि there are only few vehicles. 15 साल पहले कितने लोग गाड़ी खरीद लेते थे? Very limited, very few, right? Now we are in a stage where people are able to buy cars. Hell, rarely people used to have cars. And taking them off road will make any difference. Banning certain fuels of cars type arbitrarily is not proper. Again, people are doing this arbitrarily. Diesel engine produce PM 2.5 and CO2 less than petrol and CNG engines. On the other hand, both diesel and CNG engines produce more NOx than petrol engines. And we think CNG is better for environment. On the other hand, ठीक है, ये हो गया. No one has measured the amount of NOx that CNG engines are emitting. Arbitrary bans on vehicles that have passed mandated fitness. Suppose a vehicle is 15 years old, but it is passing the pollution test, right? So how can you take it off the road, right? The person has invested in that car, उसकी personal income लगाई है, and he has also maintained the car, so he should not be punished for it, right? You are maintaining your car, and your car after 15 years also is in good condition. You are still punishing it. Test and periodic pollution tests are unfair. Again, unfair. From these words, you get what the author is talking about. On which side author is? Author is against the government here, against their actions without any backup information. What is needed is a scientific and reliable information about the source of pollutants on a continuing basis and the technology that will work to reduce pollution from them. First, we need to analyze the pollutants, and then the technology for by using which we can solve the problem. Which of the following best reflects the most logical rational implication conveyed by the passage? Implication is consequence. What should we do? Arbitrary curbs on vehicles to reduce pollution are difficult to implement. Implementation is not the main point. Not main point. Also, simply do this beyond the scope of the passage. Implementation ki there is no baat. Okay, knee-jerk reaction cannot solve the problem of pollution, but a evidence-based approach. They are talking about evidence-based approach. कि कैसे कौन से pollutants हैं, what is the technology needed, we should do this. This seems to be the correct option. A heavy penalty should be enforced. Penalty. In the absence of laws to deal with the problems of pollution, the administration tend to make this, right? This is not a consequence. Now this is important. Implication. What should be done? What should be the consequences of this information? We should not do this. Knee-jerk reactions without any backup information cannot solve the problem of pollution, but an evidence-based approach will be the more effective solution. So we should do this. Refrain from taking arbitrary actions. Option number B. Option B for question number 21. Good corporate governance structure encourages companies to provide accountability and control. It encourages companies to provide accountability and control. A fundamental reason why corporate governance has moved onto the economic and political agenda worldwide has been the rapid growth of international capital markets. So if you do good governance, international capital markets say you can raise funds, right? But you have to keep your balance sheets clean. Everything should be transparent, right? And no fishy business. Effective corporate governance enhance access to external financing by firms, leading to greater investment, higher growth and employment. Investors look to place their funds where the standard of disclosure or timely, accurate financial reporting or equal treatment to all stakeholders are met. Where there is good corporate governance, people are willing to invest. Okay, this is the So inference, logical inference is nothing but your conclusion. It is nothing but your conclusion. It is important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure good access to good finance. Agenda है कि नहीं? Good corporate finance, improve credibility of the firms. That's how they can get the funds. Actually ये तो direct ही दिया हुआ है. International capital markets ensure this is not their part to do. Good corporate governance paves the way for robust supply chain beyond the scope of the passage. Yeah. Good corporate governance improves credibility. This is the complete passage, right? This is the conclusion of the passage you can draw. Okay, 22 done. Here we have 23. So elephants are landscape architects, creating clearings in the forest, preventing overgrowth of certain plant species and allowing space for regeneration of others, which in turn provides sustenance to other herbivore animals, right? So basically they are regulating the population of other animals around them. Elephants eat plants, fruits and seeds, propagating the seeds when they defecate in other places. As well, elephants provide nourishment to plants and animals and act as the breeding ground for insects, again regulating the population. In times of drought, they access water by digging holes which benefit other wildlife. Basically, what are these functions performed by the elephants given here? Basically, these are all the functions of a very key species in an ecosystem, which regulate the, just by mere presence of them, they regulate the population of others. And this is the basic definition of keystone species. Which one of the following statement best reflects the most logical and rational inference? The home range of element needs to be, range की बात है क्या? नहीं. Keystone species हो सकता है. Rich biodiversity cannot be maintained for without, cannot be extreme. You don't know. Elephants are capable of, not capable, this is not by choice, है ना? By choice वो नहीं कर रहे हैं. Elephants are the keystone species and they benefit the biodiversity. This is the main point. Yeah, conclusion you can take out of this. ये सारा तो हो गया. There is 31, 32, 33, 34 and 35. So let's do these so that we can get up to question number 40 तक हो जाएगा. फिर वहां पे थोड़े बहुत और क्वेश्चन बचेंगे, वो कर लेते हैं and then we are done with the paper. Yeah, good paper यार, actually very good paper. I have solved these before also. बहुत टाइम बाद आज solve कर रहा हूँ and I am liking it. ठीक है, good questions actually. In India, the segregation of municipal waste at source is rare. Recycling is mostly with the informal sector. More than 3/4 of the municipal waste, 3/4 of the budget goes into collection and transportation, which leaves very little for processing, resource recovery and disposal. Where does and waste to energy fit into all this? Ideally, it fits in the chain after segregation, between wet waste and the rest, collection, recycling and before getting to the landfill. Which technology is most appropriately in converting waste to energy depends on what is the waste and its calorific value. The biodegradable component of India's municipal waste is little over 50%, and biomethanization offers a major solution for this process. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन क्या बोल रहा है भाई? Based on this, which of the following assumptions have been made? Collection, processing and segregation of municipal should be with the government agencies. Government agencies की कोई बात? No. Beyond the scope of the passage. Beyond the scope of the passage. Recovery, resource recovery and recycling require technology input that can be best handled by the private. Now, best hand, ये आपका, this can be your bias. This is not discussed in the passage. So neither one nor two. किसी की कोई बात नहीं की है. किसके पास होना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए, गवर्नमेंट को दो, प्राइवेट को दो. No such talk is done in the passage. So we can't select these options of assumption के लिए भी there should be some connection of the assumption from the passage, right? You should get some hint from the passage regarding the assumptions also. There is one more question based on this. Which of the following best crux? Generation of energy from municipal waste is inexpensive beyond the scope of the passage. We don't know if it is expensive or inexpensive. Biomethanization is most ideal way, generating. So more than 50%, and one of the solutions can be biomethanization. Most ideal, extreme option. Segregation of municipal waste is the first step in ensuring the success of waste to. This is the main part. पूरा सा यहाँ से काम हो रहा है. If you have done the segregation properly, this is a good. So one of the example in our country for this is Indore. There people have started segregating the waste at the source itself. At homes they have 2 or 3 types of dustbins: wet waste, ठीक है, class waste, solid waste, all these things, right? तो वहाँ से segregation is easy, so they can directly go to energy conversion. Okay. The biodegradable component of Indian municipal waste is not adequate, more than 50% बोल रहा है. This is counter, so contextually wrong. This is opposite to what is given in the passage, so that's why this is wrong. Option D. So there are 2 questions based on this. चलो ये passage पढ़ लेते हैं पहले. What is the passage and then we'll see. There is a claim that organic farming is inherently safer and healthier. The reality is that because the organic farming industry is still young and not well regulated in India, farmers and consumer alike are not only confused, but what products are best for them, kya use karna, but sometimes use products in a way that could harm them as well. For example, since organic fertilizers are difficult to obtain on large scale in India, farmers often use farmyard manure, which can contain toxic chemicals and heavy metals. Certain plant space such as dhatura flower and leafy spray have an element called atropine. If it is not applied in right dose, it can act as a nervous system on the nervous system of the customer. So serious thing. Unfortunately, how much and when to use it are not well researched or regulated issues. We think organic, everything organic is good. Dalte raho, khate raho, chalta rahega, right? That's not the case. We need to have more information how to use these products. Yeah. Based on the above passage, the following assumption have been: organic farming inherently unsafe for both farmers and consumers. That is not the. Farmers and consumers need to be educated, right? Educated होने चाहिए. True all. This is given. ये तो directly है, simple है. Passage में discuss किया वही दे दिया आपको. Which of the following statements best reflect the most logical, rational and practical message? Message means title. Here you need to find the title for the passage. In India, organic farming should not be promoted. There is no safe alternative to chemical fertilizers. Alternative की वही बात. In India, farmer needs to be guided and helped to make organic farming sustainable. Passage से दे दिया statement. कुछ बताने का नहीं है इसमें, तो ये तो लाइन लिखी हुई है वहाँ पे, डायरेक्टली खत्म. Most easy type of questions are these. Whenever you get 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 statements, these are most easy. Why? Because if you eliminate one of the 4 options, one of the 4 suppose statements, directly you will eliminate 1 or 2 or 3 options. Get to the answer. Easy होते हैं बहुत ही. Let's see. Food consumption patterns have changed substantially in India over the past decade. This has led to disappearance of many nutritious foods such as millets. While food grains production has increased over 5 times since independence, it has not sufficiently addressed the issue of malnutrition because we are eating one thing, right? First thing था कि famine इतने थे, लोग मर रहे थे भूखमरी से. The first thing which we wanted to do was food security, that everyone should have food to eat, no one should die of hunger. But now, after a level when everyone has food to eat, now the problem is nutrition. Okay. For long, the agriculture sector focused on increasing food production, particularly staples, which led to lower production and consumption of indigenous traditional crops, grains, fruits, and other vegetables, impacting food and nutritional security in the process. Further, intensive monoculture agricultural practice can perpetuate the food and nutrition security problem by degrading the quality of land, water, food derived through them. आमजाम हो गया सारा. कितने क्वेश्चन है इस पे? ठीक है. Let's see. To implement the SDGs की कोई बातचीत है नहीं. Sustainable Development Goals की. No. Beyond the scope of the passage, one is gone, D is gone. We are left with 2 and 3. We don't have to check 3. 3 is correct now. One of 2 or 4 is correct, and that will give you the answer. Dependence on a few crop has negative consequences on human health also and ecosystem. This is correct actually. Fourth फिर भी देख लेते हैं. For the present monoculture, where farmers receive subsidies की there is no talk about. So the answer is this, option B. Done. Now the last part, half of the part is done. We have solved some of the reading comprehension. It is already 1 AM. right? So I am recording at night, so this is already 1 a.m. I will take 1 or half hour more. We can get done with this paper. Let's start with the question number 40. Let's see, right? So scientists study the vernal window, transition period from winter to the growing season. They found that warmer winters with less snow resulted in a longer lag time between spring events and the more protracted vernal window. Okay? This change in the spring timetable has ecological, social, economical consequences for agriculture, fisheries, and tourism. As the ice melts earlier, the birds don't return, causing the delay in lengthening of the springtime ecological events. Right. This is directly given. Global warming can cause spring to come early and for longer duration. This is directly correct. Early spring and longer periods of spring is not good for bird population. Now here they have told you that it can change, birds don't return, causing a delay or lengthening in the springtime, but they don't comment on the population, that the delay doesn't mean that the population will get affected, and you can't extend the logic to this. So this is incorrect, right? So here only option A is correct. Simple. ये तो bird population देख के हटा दो. यहाँ पे let's see the second passage. A global analysis of nitrogen use efficiency, a measure of the amount of nitrogen a plant takes in to grow versus when it is left behind as population, says that using too much fertilizers will lead to increased pollution of waterways and the air. Currently, the global average of nitrogen efficiency is approximately 0.4. That means 100 grams may say you are using only 40 grams accurately. 60 is waste which goes into your ecosystem. Meaning 40% of the total nitrogen added to cropland goes into the harvested crop, while 60% is lost to the environment. More than half of world population is nourished by food grown with fertilizers containing synthetic nitrogen, which is needed to produce high crop yields. Plants take the nitrogen they need to grow, and the excess is left in the ground, water, and air. Pollution. This results in significant emission of nitrous oxide, a potent greenhouse gas, and ozone depleting gas, and other form of nitrogen pollutions, including eutrophications of lakes and rivers. So basically नाइट्रोजन जाएगा, algae growth बढ़ेगा, ठीक है, water bodies में दिक्कत आएगी, सारी चीज़ are connected. Which of the following best reflect the logical, rational, crucial message? Enhanced efficiency of use of nitrogen is imperative for both food production and environment. Imperant, ये तो करना ही है, ये दिया हुआ है directly from the passage. No need to see anything else. कुछ नहीं है, डायरेक्टली जो फर्स्ट सेंटेंस है वही तो पूरा पैसेज है. Enhanced efficiency की बात हुई है नाइट्रोजन की. क्यों? Because it is affecting two things. What are the two things? Food production and environment, both. 42 is done. Along with sustainable lifestyle, climate justice is required as a significant principle in environmental parlance. Both the principles have bearing on political and economic choices of the nation. So far, in our climate change summits or compacts, both the principles have been eluded consensus among nations. Which two? Sustainable lifestyle is regarded as significant principle. Both the principles have bearing on political and economic issues. These two, along with sustainable lifestyle, climate justice is regarded as a significant principle. Sustainable lifestyle भी चाहिए और climate justice भी चाहिए. Justice in the judicial sense is well defined. However, in the context of climate change, it has scientific as well as socio-political connotations. The crucial question in the next few years will be how resources, technology, regulations are used to support the victims of climate change. Justice related, right? Justice in climate change is not confined to actions related to mitigation, but include the wider notion to support for adaptation to climate change and compensation for loss and damage. So basically sustainable development and climate justice, two topics. Which of the following best reflect the logical, rational, crucial message conveyed by the passage? Climate justice should be integrated in detail in the rules of all our new climate compacts and agreements. यहाँ पे बात भी थी compacts और agreements की, हाँ eluding है अभी तक, देखते हैं. Environmental resources are not destroyed, exploited across the globe, not related to the passage. There is an impending issue of dealing with huge number of climate change victims. Impending issue dealing का कोई बात नहीं है beyond the scope of the passage. Climate change in all its connotation is mostly due to developed countries. Most probably the best answer is A. For this there could have been a better option, but अभी जो दिया है उसमें से A is the best one, right? 43 done. 51, 52 and 53. 3 are here. Let's discuss these. So sourcing food from non-agricultural lands, uncultivated systems, in addition to the agricultural land, enables a systemic approach to food consumption. It allows rural and tribal communities to sustain themselves for the whole year and steer clear of natural disaster and season-induced shortfalls of agricultural food. Since the productivity of trees is often more resilient, to adverse weather conditions than annual crops, basically, right? Forest foods often provide a safety net during periods of food shortages caused by crop failures. Forest foods also make important contribution during seasonal crop production gaps. Additional support है ना, जो हमारा food बनता है उसके आगे safety net के हिसाब से we can use this contribution during seasonal crop production gap. Again, we need to find the message. Food yielding trees should replace. We need to see them in addition. These can't replace. Food security cannot be ensured. Again, extreme hatao. Wastelands, no talk about wasteland beyond the scope of the passage. Yeah, so agri system should be developed in addition to or along with the conventional lecture. It can't replace actually, right? You can't replace all the wheat and rice we need from mango trees, right? ठीक है, तो प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है. ऐसा किसी को लगता है कि मैं आम के पेड़ उगा दूंगा हर जगह और सॉल्व कर दूंगा दुनिया की फूड की प्रॉब्लम, ऐसा नहीं होने वाला, राइट? सो डन. नेक्स्ट, एंटीबायोटिक्स इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. बहुत बार पैसेजेस आर बेस्ड ऑन एंटीबायोटिक्स. जो भी सीजनल टॉपिक है उसी के ऊपर पैसेज दे देता है यूपीएससी. While awareness on use, misuse and abuse of antibiotics is common knowledge, everyone knows it, as is the impact of dosing poultry with antibiotics. The environmental impact of antibiotic manufacturing companies not treating their waste has scarcely been discussed in length or seriousness. Thus far, pollution from antibiotics factories is fueling the rise of drug-resistant infections. The occurrence of drug-resistant bacteria surrounding the pharma manufacturing well known, ठीक है. Basically message, it is necessary to put effluent treatment protocols in place. हो सकता है. Promote environmental awareness से क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होना अगर companies don't do their work. Spreading drugs cannot be done away with. extreme है, ये तो हटाओ सबसे पहले. Pharma manufacturing company should be step. तो if someone is saying कि rural areas में set कर दो, तो he is from a city और उसको लगता है कि बच जाता हूँ मैं and let the people of rural area suffer. So this can't be a practical solution. ठीक है, you can't select options like these, right? कुछ भी बोलेगा तो select नहीं करना है. First and second, it is necessary to promote environmental awareness among people. ये बोलना चाह रहा है passage. Or the passage is talking about कि we don't talk about these issues seriously and there should be some protocols which should be in place to tackle with the problem of this. ठीक है, तो this is a better option compared to B. B is just a general statement, not related to the passage we actually. Okay, so 52 का A. Benefits of good quality education occur only when students complete and leave schools after having acquired gateway skills like one learns to walk before running. Similarly, one picks up advanced skill only after picking the basic fundamental skills. The advent of the knowledge economy poses new challenges, right? And one of the severe consequences of having an uneducated workforce will be our inability to keep pace with the global economy. Without a strong learning foundation at primary level, there can be no improvement in higher education or skill development. Basically, primary education पे ध्यान देना है, because अगर वो सही नहीं होगा तो you can't do anything after that. Which of the following statements best reflects the crux of the passage? Crux is the main argument. To become a global power, India needs to invest in universal quality education. ठीक है, देखते हैं. India must enable a global power because it is not focusing on knowledge economy. India is unable to become a global power because it is not focusing or promoting knowledge economy beyond the scope of the passage. Not talk about okay, India is focusing on this or not. Our education system should focus more on imparting skills. Passage is talking about if there are no primary skills or primary knowledge proper, so higher education and skill imparting won't help. So this is incorrect. Parents of many school children are illiterate. On the scope of the passage, we don't know about this. क्या बचा? 3 एलिमिनेट करो, चौथा इज योर आंसर. यही करते हैं हर बार आरसी में. मेरा मेथड यही है, ऑलवेज वर्क्स, राइट, और इट ऑलवेज वर्क्स. एलिमिनेशन से मोस्टली यू विल एलिमिनेट 2, 2 बच जाएंगे. 2 में से यू विल हैव टू सेलेक्ट बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट इज आस्क्ड. सपोज मैसेज आस्क किया है तो टाइटल ढूंढो, इन्फेरेंस बोला है तो कंक्लूजन ढूंढो, राइट, एंड सो ऑन. 53 डन. चली जाए भाई, चला जाए चला जाए चला जाए. There are 61, 2 and 3, 4. 4 है, ये करते हैं. This is one of my favorite passages about life also. Let's read. The paradox of choice is illustrated by the story of Buridan's, as Jean Buridan, the 14th century philosopher, wrote about free will and the inability to choose due to numerous choices and uncertainties. In the story, a donkey stands between 2 equally appealing stakes of hay. Right? घास फूस दोनों तरफ पड़ी थी, दोनों ही सही थी. Unable to decide which to eat, it starves to death. Because he didn't decide which one to eat and was confused between the two same things, he died. Change in technology and innovation such as smartphones and tablets are only increase our glut of choices. Constant connectivity and overconsumption of real-time data and social media can leave little room for self-improvement and rest, making decisions more difficult. Life is about choices. Many people are overwhelmed with attractive life choices, yet find themselves unhappy and anxious. ठीक है, इतनी चॉइसेस होने के बाद भी पीपल आर अनहैप्पी एंड एंशियस. मस्त स्टोरी है ना. विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट बेस्ट रिफ्लेक्ट द मोस्ट रैशनल मैसेज. जब भी मैसेज क्रक्स आता है ना, इजी क्वेश्चन. मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजीज emphasize social structure and make life difficult. Modern life is full of uncertainties and left life different choices. These are statements from the passage. You need to find the message. We are influenced by the opinions of others. ये तो हटाओ पहले, beyond the scope of the. No courage to follow our conviction, not discussed in the past. In our lives, having too few choices may not be good thing, but having too many is equally as difficult. यही तो बताना चाह रहा है. We are facing a situation where we have too much to select from, and that is causing too much confusion, and उसी की वजह से we are struggling like the donkey. ठीक है, आगे से याद रखना example. Whenever you are stuck in life, there are 2 ways. Instead of wasting time in choosing which way to choose, right, just choose anyone and stick to it. You will get to the other end. Other end होगा comparatively अच्छा बुरा हो सकता है, लेकिन at least you will move ahead in life. Don't get stuck even in this exam also. Okay, this is a life lesson. Whenever you get to a situation where you think यार बहुत हो रहा है ना, just take a call and move. Right? Don't worry about कि क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. लाइफ में when you have decided, just go. दूसरा कुछ कर लो. After you have tried everything you can. Okay. 61 done. We need to do 62, 3 and 4. है ना? कर लेते हैं. Household finance in India is unique. We have tendency to invest heavily in physical assets such as gold and property. Steps to encourage the financialization of savings are critical. A populace accustomed of traditional provisions will not simply jump into financialization. Hurdles to change include one's bureaucracy, a skepticism of organized financial institute, a lack of basic information about which of the myriad services and providers is best for each family, and how and even if one can make the transition between them if necessary. समझ में नहीं आता क्या सेलेक्ट करें, करें तो करें कैसे? All these things are the problem. Regarding the financialization of household saving, which of the following statement best reflect the solutions that are implied? Flexible environment is needed to develop solutions, right? Households need customized solution, right? They don't know what to do. Every household has some requirements. According to them, you should have your products ready, है ना? Innovation in financial technology required, yes, so that people get more knowledge, know how to do. Solutions की बात कर रहा है. All these will solve the problem discussed. That's why I am selecting all these. Yeah, this is how you should approach. So what is the problem? Now the solution given can help me in solving the problem. Yes or no? Okay. यहाँ पे पेटेंट और पेटेंटी की कुछ बात है, वो पढ़ लेते हैं एंड देन वी विल सी क्या है. फार्मास्यूटिकल पेटेंट्स ग्रांट प्रोटेक्शन टू पेटेंटी फॉर द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ पेटेंट टर्म. The patentees enjoy the liberty to determine the price of the medicine, which in the limited time to the period of monopoly, but could be unaffordable to the public. Patent तो बना देगा, प्राइस हाई बढ़ा देगा, but it will be unaffordable to the public. Such patent protection offered to the patentee is believed to benefit the public over the longer term through innovations and research and development, R&D. Although it comes at a cost in the nature of higher prices for the patented medicines, the patent regime and the price protection, though through a legally validated high price for the medicine during the currency of the patent, provides the patentee with a legitimate mechanism to get returns on the cost incurred innovation and research. Basically, R&D का पैसा आएगा कहाँ से? मेडिसिन बनना बंद हो जाएगी अगर ये राइट हटा दो, है ना? बिजनेस है बिजनेस. So patentee protection puts a huge burden on public purchasing power. ठीक है, burden की बात हुई थी. Yes, so one is correct. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Dependence on other countries for the administration produces a huge burden. Dependence on other countries की कोई बात no. Providing medicine to the public at affordable price is a key goal during the public health policy design in many countries. Government needs to find an appropriate balance between, right? So these are two wrong, right? Government needs to find an appropriate balance. How much liberty they should give to the patentee, because he is investing his own money in R&D. Also, government has to protect its own people also, right? So the balance will be maintained by which is government, right? Both. I'm a bit tired now, okay? That's why we will कुल 1:30 बज गए. Let's wrap it up now. 1 and 4 option B is incorrect. 3 done, 64, and there are 3 more questions after this. करते हैं and done with the day. India should ensure the growth of digital economy while keeping personal data of citizens secure and protected. No one will innovate in a surveillance-oriented environment or in a place where the individual personal information is compromised. The ultimate control of data must reside with the individual who generated. They should be enabled to use, restrict, or monetize it as they wish. Therefore, data protection laws should enable the right kind of innovation, one that is user-centric and privacy protecting. Now, which of the following are the assumption? Protection of privacy is not just a right, but it has value to economy. You can monetize it directly. So yes, monetary value has key. There is a fundamental link between privacy and innovation. Already यहाँ पे दिया हुआ था ना. No one will innovate in a surveillance oriented environment. So this can be linked with this. Both 1 and 2. ठीक है, लास्ट 3 क्वेश्चन है वो करते हैं एंड डन विद द पेपर. अब तक का टफेस्ट पेपर जो आया था वो हमने सॉल्व कर लिया 2003. okay, there are 3 questions. Let's solve these and then done. In India, while the unemployment rate is a frequently used measure of poor performance of the economy under conditions of rising school and college enrollment, it paints an inaccurate picture according to the author. The reported unemployment rate is dominated by the experience of younger Indians who face higher employment challenges and exhibit greater willingness to wait for the right job than their older peers. According to the author, इनको क्या लग रहा है? Because people are waiting more for the jobs, इसीलिए unemployment है, and not because that there are not many jobs. The unemployment challenge is greater for people with secondary and higher education. The rising education levels inflate unemployment challenges, according to the author. Because now people are more educated, that has increased the unemployment problem. According to the passage, जो विचार थे author के वो देख लिए. Let's see the options. Which of the following statement most likely reflect as to what the author of the passage intends to say? Enrollment in schools and colleges is high, but there is no quality education. कोई बात? Unemployment must be seen as a function of rising education and aspiration of young Indians. This is the main point the passage was talking about. B. There are no labor-intensive industries to accommodate the huge number of. बात ही नहीं है, खत्म करो. B ही है इसका आंसर. Unemployment, क्योंकि वही बात की है, कंक्लूजन में भी देख लो लास्ट पॉइंट. The rising education levels inflate unemployment challenges. Unemployment must be seen as a function of rising education. Right? Aligned है पैसेज के साथ. लास्ट दो क्वेश्चन है. चलो पहले एक छोटा ही कर लेते हैं. 73. The last end of state is not to dominate men, nor to restrain them from fear. Rather, it is so to free each man from fear that they may live and act with full security and without injury to himself or his neighbor. Definition है basic polity. अगर होगा तो अभी आंसर कर दोगे. The end of the state, I repeat, is not to make rational beings into brute beasts and machines. It is to enable their bodies and their minds to function safely. It is to lead men to live by or to exercise a free reason, that they may not waste their strength in hatred, anger and guile, nor act unfairly towards one another. Based on the passage, which of the following terms express basically all the things given there are the definition of liberty? Okay, इसके आगे तो कुछ नहीं है. तो लास्ट एक क्वेश्चन बचा है, ये देख लेते हैं. Science by itself is not enough. There must be a force and discipline outside the science to coordinate them and point to a goal. Science is not enough. There should be any other stream which should coordinate them and point to a goal. Right? Science का goal नहीं होगा क्या करना है तो उसको पता नहीं होगा करना क्या. It is not possible to run a course all right when the goal itself not been rightly placed. What science need is philosophy. Along with science we need philosophy. The analysis of scientific method and the coordination of scientific purposes and results. Without this, any science must be superficial. Government suffers precisely like science for lack of philosophy. Governments suffer similar to science for lack of philosophy. Philosophy bears to science the same relationship with statesmanship bears to politics. This is very analogy लगाइए. Movement guided by total knowledge and perspective as against to aimless and individual seeking. Just as the pursuit of knowledge become scholasticism when diverged from the actual needs of men and life, so the pursuit of politics become a destructive bedlam when diverged from science and philosophy. Basically, government में भी philosophy चाहिए, science चाहिए, aim चाहिए, पहले तो aim चाहिए, aim को follow करने के लिए method चाहिए, दोनों के लिए science और philosophy चाहिए. Which one of the following statements best reflect the most rational practical message? Title. Modern statements need to be well trained in scientific method and philosophical thinking to enable them to have a better perspective of their roles, respective and goal. Statements के बारे में बात है क्या? नहीं और कुछ देखते हैं. It is not desirable to have a government managed by imperial statements unless well mixed with others who are grounded in learning and reflect wisdom. Okay? Wisdom नहीं होगी, philosophy नहीं होगी और grounded in learning, scientific knowledge नहीं होगा तो there is no point. Let's see. As these statements, bureaucrats are the products of a society. It is desirable to have a system of education in a society that focus on training की कोई बात नहीं है beyond the scope of the passage. ये तो हटाओ. It is desirable that all scientists need to be philosophers. Scientists need to be philosopher beyond the scope of the passage. Only we are left with A and B. Model statement need to be होना चाहिए better, need to be well trained in them. ट्रेनिंग की बात नहीं की है ना, but what they have talked about is it is not desirable that government should not be without the people who have scientific and philosophical knowledge, which is mostly stated here in this statement, right? ट्रेनिंग और उसकी बात नहीं की, इसीलिए मैं उसको हटा रहा हूँ. This is beyond the scope of the passage. So better option is this. Yeah. So here we have completed the paper from 2023. Yeah. All the best for your week. Have a great week. Have a great week. And I will meet you all next Sunday. And we will solve paper from 2024. Okay. Now, see, this is a solution video, right? है ना, जब सब पढ़ लिया है तब करोगे, it will be beneficial, right? फिर भी wherever possible I am trying to give you the methods also, how to solve these questions, so that अगर same questions repeat, right, you can solve, right? Have a great week. We'll meet next Sunday. I hope all these videos are helpful to you. Okay, and if you are in Bangalore, always welcome. Meet me at the center. We can have a chat regarding CSAT. कोई भी दिक्कत है, कोई भी doubts है, you can always reach out, right? And also students who want to connect, they can connect through the Telegram channel. पुराने वीडियो में डाला होगा, अभी I don't have the QR with me, right? So thank you. We'll meet soon. Up to that point, have a great week. Bye bye. Thank you very much.